to us through sacrifice. Oh, keep the faithful word of Christ. Holy words long preserved for our walk in this world. They resound with God's own heart. Oh, let the ancient words impart. Ancient words of the truth, changing me and changing you. We have come with open arms. Oh, let the ancient words impart. Ancient words of the truth, changing me and changing you. We have come with open hearts. Oh, let the ancient words impart. Ancient words of the truth, changing me and changing you. We have come with open hearts. Oh, let the ancient words impart. We have come with open hearts. Oh, let the ancient words impart.
Fellow compatriots, fellow brothers and sisters, you are welcome to Liberation TV. This is the first time we are live in the Liberation TV channel. And so the things that concerns the people's struggle and the people's aspiration will be done separately on this platform. The people have given advice, we have listened to the people, and we deliver to the people. We are not standing out for ourselves. It is for the people. And so the most important advices are those we take from the people. Look not on the turnout of the people to this platform. People will get used to in a matter of time. Look not onto the popularity, but concentrate much on the message. Once the message is honest, concise, and consistently correct, in due time, people will adapt. We have been scammed so many times. We have gone through a lot of pain, agony, torture, and subjugation to impunity. Indeed, 1st October 2020 marked 59 years in slavery. 59 years under recolonization. 59 years under the reign and the rule of torture. 59 years under military rule. 59 years under a coup d'etat. Because once the people cannot decide who their leaders are, once the people cannot decide who the president is, then it is a military rule. And it is not only a military, but a coup d'etat, because people have no right to what they want. And people have no say to the type of leadership they receive. Somehow, we are calling of North Korea. People talk of the Republic of Iran. But we know that across Africa, especially in Central Africa, North Korea and Iran Republic are the paradise. Not in any way saying the act of tyranny has any justification. There is no justification for tyranny. There is no justification for lack of the law, lack of good governance, and lack of accountability. And due to the lack of accountability, lack of good governance, and the rule of law, is for the very same reason we have seen protesters on streets. You must understand, with the current pandemic across the world, people have a lot to do and deal with that most often they don't have time for other activities. And so the last thing for any generation or any group of people in 2020 amid this corona pandemic is to go out to protest. And so when you have people going out to protest all across the world, it shows the desperation, the frustration, and they have nowhere to go and nothing else that is important than that. With the current economic, political, socio-cultural demands, with the current instability amid the sickness that have drowned the world almost into half of its success, snatched away peace and the bosom of wealthiness from major outstanding growing companies, not to talk about the startups. You would then understand that when people are still asking for the normal freedom that human beings are endowed, like the people of southern Cameroon, Ambazonia, it is something that no human being with a feeling will mastermind. And so today, Liberation TV channel comes to you to stand with the people in order to enhance the people's aspiration and not to destroy the people's aspiration. To stand with the people and give that support, especially the moral part, the spiritual part, the guidance, to stand with the people that are emotional, to stand with the people that have fragile minds. Communities are now very volatile because at some point a bereaved man is an angry man by default. A hungry man is an angry man by default. And so Liberation TV, that is being backed by VCF Inc. in United States, stand out as part of the humanitarian gestures. If you have a charity organization that goes out to help the people that are vulnerable and the poor and those that need, it is because there are no ways where talking alone can help. But then if we blend freedom of speech, freedom of press, together with humanitarian works, I think that somehow by talking and doing and acting, the contamination effects, or somehow someone somewhere will listen to us. And that's why the Liberation TV is backed by a registered humanitarian foundation, VCF Inc. And so if you are with Liberation TV, you are safe. Liberation TV is backed by the American Constitution. Liberation TV, like VCF Inc., is backed by the Articles of Association in the state for which we filed on the 6th of February 2014. And so I thank each and everyone that is here present. We know where we are going to, we know where we are coming from. 59 years in pain is not 59 seconds. It's not 59 weeks. It's not 59 months. It's not 59 hours. It's not 59 seconds or minutes. We are talking about years. We are talking about just 1 year to 6 decades in suffering. And so we call each and everyone to reflect we call each and everyone to reflect and think. We call each and everyone to unthink and rethink. We call each and everyone to unlearn and relearn. Why unthink and rethink? Why unlearn and relearn? Because, my fellow brothers and sisters, my fellow brethren, you cannot change the current situation you have with the same mentality you had when those problems were created. And so, you must have to change the mentality you had when those problems came in. But then the problem is not the people. If the people are out and asking for change, it's a clear indication that the people have changed their mentality. And that's why we say emancipation. Emancipation is necessary for a community that needs change. Because each and everyone must ask, what have I done? Have I changed? Or I'm just asking a bunch of people that are there. Maybe they're older and their minds cannot think anymore to change. We are so fortunate that our society is more than 85% are the youth. And so you have a little fraction of 5% people that are old, and those are the ones in power. And they rely on each and everyone for manipulation. And when you look at those ministers that they send out there to come and talk to communities and manipulate the communities and change public opinions, they are the few that are the youth who sold their life to their grandparents and grandfathers in order to eat fats by manipulating the youth. And so I call people my age, this generation, which I am fortunate to be one of, for us to reason. We are going to run to make a real quick understanding, since this is the first talk show we have for Liberation TV. And so we shall talk how the old people have masterminded things that have jeopardized the nature of this situation. A situation that could have easily been handled. But because someone is always thinking they are right when they are wrong. Because someone is always thinking they are the Alpha and the Omega, and any other person have no other saying in the society. Because people shut down angry protesters, and people shut down young people when they come and complain that something is wrong. And this is happening internal and external in our family levels and even out of our family levels. We have seen that happening in our societies, in our everywhere we go, day-to-day life. We know the worst thing in a society is shutting down a human being, stopping a human being from not talking. And those things add up, and then it becomes anger. That when it bursts out, like Honorable Joseph Weber was saying, you can contain it. This is a test to all our leaderships. This is a test to you. It's a test to me. How do you react when the same people whom you claim to be a leader over comes to you? How do you react when people give you something to deliver and you don't deliver for one reason or the other, and the same people come to you crying? How do you react? Like a colonial master? Like you know everything when you have failed to deliver? How do you react when people have given something to you to deliver and the same people come to you and you have not delivered? How do you react to the people? By calling them internet trolls? By calling them Russian-style spies? By calling them terrorists? Extremists? How? What is your own dictionary? Because I have seen people talking about Paul Biya's dictionary of calling angry protesters as terrorists and extremists. But then in our own institutions, how do we react when members come to us with problems? If we must be against the Atanganji Poles, we must make sure practically, pragmatically, socially, economically, and spiritually we are different. So too, we have heard about the peaks, from the blue and white to the peaks. And we all know how that history of power mongering started. We are going to dwell upon that. We are going to fall back to think about that. What happened to the People's Consortium? When the consortium was taken over, by who? After who missed to destroy the consortium, the youth took it because they make 85% of the population and they felt the consortium was for them. When the youth took over, what happened? Some people came by. We are old. We are the ones supposed to be in power, not the young people, and took over by force. But then what happened to that leadership? Where are they today? Have we learned? Some people came and said, we are holy, we are pastors. We are the ones supposed to be in power. And did everything to crush even the youth. And where are they today? We are going to go with Exodus chapter 2. When we must have read Exodus chapter 2, we are going to go real quick with our everything for today, the program for today. And so on behalf of Liberation TV, on behalf of everyone watching, I want to thank each and everyone here present today. It's not even a coincidence that we are here. It's long overdue. And so the Liberation TV channel has come so that we should separate our personal lives from the people's aspiration. And that if our personal life has to blend with the people's aspiration, it has to blend the way the people want it to be. And so if you want to see only about the people's aspiration, just come to Liberation TV channel. You will not see anything about me there. If you want to see anything about me, then you are bound to go to Vella Franklin's official USA, or you might check Instagram page of CEO Vella. Then that is where you're going to see my life blended with the struggle. But only if you must follow me because of on the struggle, then the only and the most official platform you would follow is the Liberation TV channel. I want to thank each and everyone that is here present today. Announcement is also that the Mandela's General Assembly has a meeting tomorrow, 7 p.m. Amber time. And so all the Mandelas and the chairman and chairladies of Mandelas across the world are called upon to represent their various platforms. Mandela Canada, Mandelas in the Middle East, from Qatar to Kuwait, Jordan to Lebanon, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, Muscat, you are all called upon, your leaders are called upon to attend the general meeting. Africa also called to attend the general meeting. South Africa, Kigali in Rwanda, Mandelas across UK, Germany, Belgium, especially also America. You are all called upon to attend the general meeting tomorrow. This general meeting tomorrow is 7:30 p.m. Amber time, as the financial secretary put it out. And so please let us endeavor to be there. It's also going to be an evaluation meeting where we are going to also appreciate and evaluate our resources that we have pulled to help our people as they prepare to commemorate the day which they believe is their national birthday. We're also going to look upon the past projects that we had. One of the projects is FACO. For more than a year, we had a project to execute for FACO. We are going to also talk elaborately and very deeply about that project. We are not going to take it light. That project will be taken very, very serious. You all gave the mandate so I could make sure everything is on point. And so I have a report card. Either it's a report progress or a report regress. You all have 100% rights to get the information tomorrow. You are also going to hear about your commitment to the state of Bui, the solidarity that you meet after you meet a solidarity to the ADF Bui after the incident that occurred in Bui when Big Number and other alliance and other Ambazonia heroes were attacked in Bui, where more than 30 of them lost their lives. And you stood up and pay solidarity. And all this sum up to $4,150. And so tomorrow in the general meetings, you are coming to hear and have a report card of that which you deserve. As far as the vision is concerned, I am bound to deliver to you. And I hold a key role to accountability, collective responsibility, good governance, and the rule of the law. Where tomorrow you have to come to the meeting tomorrow. All Mandelas, come to the general meetings tomorrow to know what happened to your contributions, to your humanitarian donations, if it arrived as you reflected. And so I'm bound to give you and tell you as it is. And that is the reason why we are against Cameroon. Because Cameroon has not delivered anything to our people. And so when we are against the useless Cameroon, we always have to deliver and be very accountable. The same goes for Ashawari people. They have not delivered a single thing for my trip to Buea. So too is a draft. And so we must act differently, pragmatically, not by talks. And so when we talk about my trip to Buea not deliver, we must always ask ourselves if our own projects have delivered. And if our projects have not delivered, then we have no reason to talk about the peaks. And that's why strategically I am here with you. And so to make sure that everything is delivered and account and give you a report progress that I know you all love to see. And if I fail to give a report progress to you, then we cannot talk anything against the peaks. Then we cannot talk anything against Ashawari people. If it's difficult for me to deliver, then I will also understand it's difficult for other people to deliver. And so that is the pragmatical and the real reality that we want to set in this struggle. And so tomorrow I will give you the report progress of those things. Remember, I vow to you, we will not fail in anything. And you have the right to be asking me as you have been doing. And so better I bring on the floor so now we all can, either we are jubilating and clapping hands for the great job that we have done. Last but not the least, also on that category, I wish that the chair of Canada has opportunity to attend. He has a lot of work going on. There's a lot on his table, which I understand. We want to thank Canada. The official letter will be coming out for their commitment. We'll receive a sum, fatly and bigly. And that sum is on the grounds now in preparation for the 1st October. Canada, thank you so much. God bless you. We also receive funds from the Mandela Central Assembly. The General Assembly also pulled out a sum, which is equivalent of almost $3,000, which is an equivalent of 1.5 million colonial currency. In that case, they are supporting the Governing Council to make sure that they provide more than 500 T-shirts across Amazonia. And the goal was achieved. We want to thank all the Mandelas for that. And also the Mandelas in the Middle East. They have a meeting coming up. Please, everyone endeavor to attend that meeting because they want to pull out something for the Governing Council. I encourage them to do so diligently, very smartly and wisely. Reach out to the Governing Council with the package. I want to thank the Mandelas in the Middle East for such a wonderful strategy. Hurry, time is running out. These things are supposed to have been submitted by the first week of September. I encourage them to come out in number and do their commitment and submit to the Governing Council as soon as possible. I want to thank you all, the leaders, for the Mandelas in the Middle East. You are doing amazing. You are doing amazing. You are phenomenal. Mandelas also will have a meeting immediately after the 1st October. Re-evaluation. And then Mandelas will also plan about the reshufflement after 1st October. Mandela leadership will be going into 6 months as they took office. And so as they vowed, after 6 months, Mandelas are going to convey again and look at the leadership and see all the things we have been able to achieve reflect on the difficulties, how to move forward, how to restructure itself, and stop being crying babies at times, but how to be ladies and gentlemen, which is very important. Mandela's will also convey in that meeting to see how to restructure their leadership and reshufflement and add new people, new players, because the leadership of Mandela is rotational with a period of 12 months maximum to hold a position, which after which indefinitely you would not hold that particular position again, except all Mandelas have gone round and round and round. You could be a chair lady or a chairman and you hold it for 6 months and the people think that you did a great job, reinstall you into position for another 6 months, and then after that you cannot be the chairman or the chair lady again. The same thing holds for financial secretary, the same holds for the spokesman, and so another person will hold that position. Maybe now the chairman or the chair lady can now hold another different position, but not the position of the chair, not the position of the spokesman, not the position of the financial secretary. So that's how Mandela leadership structure itself, to make sure that people don't cling to power. Because as a vision, what I was thinking was to make sure that people do not cling to power, because I've seen that power is now a sickness in the society, where in every institution people are fighting just because they want to hold strategic position. Mandela's came and made sure that that issue was dealt with, that we don't want to create power mongers. And so it was also part of the vision, because in Africa, in every strategic position or group or anything or any liberation, everyone that, you know, that champions any group or any movement always want to be the chairman, the founder, the chairman. They want to always be the president. Like in Amazonia, look at this. All groups in Amazonia, you will see that founders of most of the groups are the president and they are the chairman themselves. And this is, for me, is a laughing matter. It's very laughable. It's something which is incredible that everyone fighting to liberate the people want to be the president over the same people, or want to be the chairman over the same people. And for me, it doesn't make sense. And to people that want change, it calls for alarm how you want to fight for the people. You want to fight change, but you yourself cannot accept change. And that is why the Vanguards and Mandelas are different, because, man, it's for the people. And so the people need to be in those strategic positions. You have to let the people know they are the same like you. And so we have dealt with that issue of power out of Amazonia. And that's why for everywhere we are, there's always fear, because when it comes to power, we shatter everything that we see acting like a dictator, like a tyranny. And that's why we always project a good leader like Dr. Cho Ayaba. At this time, we have some people close to Dr. Cho Ayaba that we have flagged. The report card will come out too, for those people that we have flagged, those who obstruct power, those who stand in front of the leader and shield everything from reaching out to the leadership, those who corrupt and try to manipulate the leadership. We have flagged them, and the report card is very bloody, and that is part of the Vanguard, because we are Vanguard, which means no Vanguard will say, oh, I was a supporter of Dr. Cho Ayaba, and because of this particular person or because of some members, I am no more in there. No. Anyone who obstruct power and stand to shield people from getting to their leader is flagged immediately, and the report card will be out immediately. The institution don't take appropriate decisions, then the Vanguard will take their own appropriate decisions, which they have the right to do that. It is what it is. We took our leaders from the London Bridge, where they wanted to kill him, to assassinate him. At that time, we didn't see people standing with him. We took our leaders when people came and created the Blue and White Army. We shattered that useless, chaotic society. When some activists, baby activists, conventional journalists, they call themselves, came and stood and fought our leaders and called him scammer and called the few people close to him as prostitutes, we didn't see people that came and safeguard and protect him as vanguards. We did. Some of us who stood as the leaders of Vanguard, we are almost assassinated in other countries because of our stand to our leader. Our families suffered a lot of kidnappings on the grounds because we stand with the leadership. You tell me that if our lives have been at risk because we stand with a leader that will deliver, then if you are alive and you stand and obstruct power, we will naked you in public. naked you in public, because we are vanguards that have lost bullets, we have lost death, people have tried to kill us, and we survived with our intelligence. The same intelligence that we have used to secure and protect our leadership and defend our leadership. And such intelligence does not have any limit to anyone who tried to obstruct power, to anyone who tried to block power, or to anyone who tried to always put the institution above the blood of our people. The institutions are there for our people. Our people's lives and the blood shedded are above our institution. And so for anyone who tried to put up something against the blood, you are acting wayward, and that's against the leader. It's trying to destroy the leader, trying to put the leader's reputation in jeopardy. And we don't care whether the leader is aware or the leader is not aware. We don't care whether the leader understands or the leader does not understand, because we are the people the leader is standing and fighting for. We are the civilians. We are the vanguards. And so we protect, secure, and defend the leadership, whether the leadership knows or don't, because the leadership has never solicited us, don't pay us, don't bribe us, and don't corrupt us. When we went to secure our leader in London Bridge, the leader was not aware that we are coming to secure and protect and defend him. And the people who staged and wanted to kill our leaders, we defeated them. We defeated them economically, financially, spiritually, in all areas. And we did not seek any mandate from the leader to defend him. It was the right thing to do. And we continue in that spirit. And there is no one, whether you are big, fat, tall, small, skinny, rich or poor, you can stand in front of the vanguards. That is what Amazonian people understand. And that for the same reason why our leadership succeeds. Because the vanguards are always there and their eyes are open. Look, fellow Amazonians, one thing we must understand, which the vanguards understand more, is that for every leader that goes down is due to the activities of some of the key members. Look, take a look at Cameroon. Cameroon went down not only because of Paul Biya alone, who refused to understand that some of the people around him are actually surrogates and people without a brain. Look at the activities of Tanganji Paul Tasson, the Ngole, Mafanis. Look at their activities, doesn't help. They instead help to destroy the image of the so-called tribalistic colonial CPDM and their gangster leader Paul Biya. But Paul Biya has been awarding them and giving them trophies. Some of them might even remove money from their pocket and use. Remove millions from their pocket and use. But the idea is that the way they are doing it is positive but is negative in returns. And the work of the vanguard is to make sure those type of people don't exist close to the leader, Dr. Cho Ayaba. Whether Dr. Cho Ayaba want it or not, whether he like it or not, because we have lost our family members, and the rightful leader like him, who has come to deliver us with the ADF on the ground, is our job to protect, secure, and defend him. And so we don't seek his mandate either to defend him. When they want to destroy him in London and kill him in London, he was trying to survive for his security and protection. At that time, he couldn't even have in mind that vanguard, some people could come from nowhere. That a man like me, who was a one-man commando, could just suddenly change and become one of his protectors. And so for the same reason, when we protect a reputable leader, we don't seek his mandate. We are not going to ask him to sign before we protect him. The Israelite people did not ask, they did not sign before Moses was protecting them. And Moses also knew that he was for the people. And so he listened to the people, teach his people, and learn. And that's why when we start today, we are going to read Exodus chapter 2, so that people should know that we are not just dangling. One, we are taking back the image of God from the hands of bad pastors and thieves, those who have desecrated the image of God and use it for their personal gains. We have succeeded to take back. The mentality of our people is coming back to the reality. The people they have misused the image of God to an extent where no Amba person at one time wanted to hear even anything concern God, concern preaching, concern anything mentioned in Jesus. We have taken it back, and we are taking it back by results, by doing the right thing. By doing the right thing. We cannot claim to build a moral society when we know that religion is a moral doctrine, when we know that the preachings are a moral doctrine to the society, whether we believe in God or not. If religions have said, don't come to kill Amba people, because when you kill them, God will send the plagues on you, and you come to kill the Amba people. But religion says we have to preach people should not come to kill our people, kill our mothers and rape our women. It's a sin. And therefore, whether you believe in God or not, that doctrine is a doctrine of morality for every society. And so it doesn't matter whether you are a Christian or not. It doesn't matter. It is the fundamental laws of morality, which the Bible is actually the book of morals. That's why in every court you go, they put your hands on the Bible. They don't ask whether you are a Christian or not, because it talks only about morality. Do unto others what you love it done unto you. And so if Cameroon government send the militias to come and kill people, innocent people, then Cameroon government is doing unto others what they love it done unto them. And so it is very, very shocking to see Cameroonians crying when their military goes down to Tasata. The same thing holds for all of us today. Mandelas, you have called for your general meeting tomorrow, 7 p.m. Amber time. A meeting that is like never before. It's going to be raw. Come prepared with emotions. Don't come with emotions. Come like vanguards. Let us go deep into accountability. I'm going to account to you how we delivered in Fako, how we delivered in Bui, a sum of more than $4,150 US. So it's my duty to account to you and show you all proofs. And so we have to deliver, and there's no excuses. Because if I give you excuses, then what's the difference between me and these thieves that took 2 million and could not deliver? Imagine if I could not deliver $4,150 US. If I can't deliver this, how can I tell you I can deliver 2 million? You see, that is the reason. You have got to know how to deliver $1, $2, $3, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Before now you have 100,000, 1 million to deliver. Charity begins at home. You can't point people with fingers when 3 fingers are pointing at you. You have to work to an extent. When you want to point people, you put your fingers like this and point somebody but like this. Point somebody with all your fingers. Don't even point somebody like this, because 3 of the fingers are looking at you. And this one is looking down and laughing at you. We have to be pragmatically, spiritually, economically, socially, and socio-politically correct against the people that are failures, thieves. That is the way I vision the vanguard. Everything must be honest as it is. Tell the people and respect the people every time. Somebody will not sacrifice his lunch and dinner or to buy a wig for his wife, or fix the nail of his wife, or makeup for his wife, and then you play with that donations. It's never going to happen when the vanguard founder is there. It's never going to happen. They deserve respect. And that's why I always jumped in the middle and talk and put my voice top, that no one can even shatter my voice. They never born them for Amazonia. The voice have to be like that, so that you all are not surrogates. You are all the vanguard. You are all citizens, outstanding, and you need to respect. And no one can treat you like surrogates as far as I'm alive. You are not. Paul Biya cannot treat people of Amazonia as surrogates, and then today somebody will treat you as surrogates. That will not happen. You are outstanding vanguards, the Mandelas. You deserve a lot of respect, accountability, rule of the law, and a good governance. And no one is above it, even me. You pin me down and put me down and put sense in my head. You all responsible women, isn't it? I might even be one of the youngest of the Mandelas. I know, I'm aware. So you deserve that respect, and I have to give it to you. That's why sometimes when I talk and you calm me down, I listen to you. That is respect. But not when somebody doesn't want to account. Not when I have taken to deliver and I don't tell you how I delivered. In that way, you need to hold me to an extent where no one can stop you from holding me. And I must tell you, no matter whatever, and anyone who tried to say, no, you deserve to hear that. That is the reality. We have to be different from all the people that have failed. That's why we put forward the institution, the vanguard, to protect, secure, and defend the struggle and the leadership. I hope the point is clear today. If you are watching today, you are in Liberation TV. the Liberation TV channel that will only talk about struggle till everlasting. God bless you. You are welcome. Thank you so much as we're entering this phase. Wata na wata. Una welcome.
There's a problem.
No, the form of the state.
The form of the state. You know, in our questionnaire to Anglophones, we try to influence the Anglophone opinion, but we did not succeed. Therefore, it shows how deep the problem is.
When you say you tried to influence,
we tried to influence.
How?
Good question. When we said, what form of government do you think can solve this problem? Federation, for example. Decentralization, as we are trying to live it now. I think just about 4 or 5 people reacted out of 1,000. 69% of Anglophones said absolute, the word they used, many used was absolute separation. That is to say, cessation. What? Who was taken aback.
Secession was not on the questionnaire. You had federalism and decentralization.
Yes.
And they ignored the two.
But then we said, have you any other proposition to make? We left it open. Have you other proposition? But many said in the questionnaire, acting on outside the questionnaire, said we should have proposed also a referendum. They said no, a referendum is not a form of state, form of government.
And when you look at that reaction, what do you read within the lines? What would you conclude is the stand of?
We drew the conclusion. We drew the conclusion because we have a document now, the causes, the propositions of those who reacted to our questionnaire, about 1,000 people, and then our own, what we think. For those who reacted to our questionnaire, 69% are convinced that if we want to love each other, that is to say, if the Anglophones and Francophones want to live as brothers and sisters, absolute separation on the level of government, that is important.
And that is what sounds like a taboo.
Our position is that everything should be put on the table. There should be no taboo. That's our own position. But not that it is our own not that we are saying that we should absolute separation, but we say whatever the opinion of some, let us listen to him. But
secession should be on the table of discussion.
Yes.
In the national dialogue.
Let them try to convince us. If they convince us, we should take it. If it's convincing. That is why I think personally.
Are you saying that if the people who are standing for secession convincingly present their point of view, President Paul Biya should accept to separate Cameroon?
Of course.
Is it feasible?
It's possible, since it is human. It's not the law of God. We were not that. We were separate. Were we not? We were.
Do you think that separation is going to solve this problem? Personally, do you think that separation can solve this problem?
Of course, there's a problem.
Now, the form of the state.
Don't be a Jezebel in your husband's business. You come in like this, everybody knows she's coming. You are the lion of the tribe of everywhere. People greet you, you can't bend. You're so proud, you're so cocky. Even God tiptoes around you. Because you traveled abroad. Where did you go? Cameroon. It's abroad. Don't be a Jezebel in your husband's business. You come in like this, everybody knows.
Hallelujah. This is the gospel of the Lord. Hallelujah. Shuinso ataruna yin kasem sun ba ti fen ki shiglan ki motoyi sungnen fento fenji boyodra awa ke ngam yeli wong ngam ngonso layo ke adrawuna bunri umas oranin fello nyuitar yo fo gracia you focus serving, you yiwan ngam nyang so bika. Aki yensin itra party ye titi party ye jume jalo dra ki ye wolo fonyoy a week fun bam fegun a fam yika amin ke vengun sunizarasi ve kinsav chuin so am me famwa suji sifonso you drive ye wami. I'm just with the driving army, but in Ganga Sisi. Was
wonder why we're wasting time running on the spot when, let me tell you something, Joe. See where we are, see where we came from. Let me tell you that this is a brief history of this crisis. It started with teachers and lawyers' grievances. I don't think anybody remembers Tame Valentine or Afu, I don't remember his first name, all the trade union leaders. Nobody remembers them anymore. Because at the time they were talking, they said they were troublemakers. That is at the level of teachers and lawyers' grievances. We moved to consortium. I don't know if anybody remembers anymore who was who at the consortium. It was banned. We've gone to a level that is the call for federation. We left from professional grievances to the call for a federation, which was at that time called a taboo subject, and people were locked up because of that. And then we've gone to a level where a group abroad is calling for restoration of independence without arms. We're not talking. There is an armed group waiting. If there is KAKOF governing council, there is the Ambazonia governing council of Cho Ayaba, which wants nothing but an armed struggle. So we are missing the things are shifting, and the more we waste time, the more it gets radical, the more it gets dangerous for the country, for everybody, because if there is a war, we are all in danger. It's better we stop now, because it is shifting and getting more radical. It is shifting and getting more radical. Each time we pretend that we can't talk with these people, somebody else is warming up to get it worse. I wonder why we're wasting time running on the spot when, let me tell you something, Joe. See where we are. See where we came from. Let me tell you that this is a brief history of this crisis. It started with teachers and lawyers' grievances. I don't think anybody remembers Tame Valentine or...
Clean Bamenda. This Bamenda must clean.
Yeah, that's strong.
I said Bamenda must clean.
Yes, sir.
Bamenda must clean.
Yes.
They say must clean this town.
Oh, they do, Amo.
This town must clean.
Yes,
I said the business.
Yes, pa.
Now what you do? Clean
You never hear say they clean Bamenda. Now Operation Clean Bamenda. They say must collaborate for clean Bamenda. Bamenda must clean.
No tell me.
Get your own reckon join we.
I don't die
I
today.
said Bamenda must clean. Bamenda go clean. Bamenda must clean. Sweep that side, sweep that side. The Bamenda must clean. Bamenda must clean. They must collaborate. Take Omo, use Omo, use Omo. Bamenda must clean.
Success, success. Come to me, my child. Come to me, try me. I will never let you down. I'll fight for you, protect you, answer you, bless you. I'm a provider, why worry?
So I want to thank Wena. Welcome back. This is Liberation TV again, one-on-one with CEO Vela for Liberation TV, and then we are talking about the things that have happened. And before we continue with today's talks for 1st October preparations, we are going to look back into how we are and where and how we found ourselves to where we are today. By the way, I'm so impressed about the people that are watching Liberation TV now. Behind the scene, I can see the total number of people watching. I can also see your comments. I can see everything in the behind. Remember, again, one of the things I try to do is to protect the Liberation TV by not always allowing viewers to be seen in public. I do that for a very good reasons. And whenever you see people start watching 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, then La Republica will just put more effort and they will try to shut it down, like what happened to me in the past in most of our platforms. And so I do a lot to protect you. Most of you watching, nobody knows that you are watching this live. The problem was also because sometimes some people don't want to come and watch because they don't want people to see them. And so I have made in such a way that it's difficult. Only few people you can see. Most of the people watching Liberation TV, 90-95% of you, no one can see you except me. And this is for your safety and protection. That's why Liberation TV is home to you. All these things are everywhere. It's just the media. You need to know how to manipulate the TV applications and the media platforms that you are using. So when you come here, you are protected, you are secured, because I always care about that. And that goes to ground zero. I think that in ground zero, we have done amazing job as far as this is concerned. We have reached out to more than you could ever think in time since this started. I think that I have only 2 of those heroes that I want to reach out to, maybe tomorrow or next week. And all of them, tomorrow, nothing like next week. All of them we now have fully gotten from their Amba Dangote. Amba Dangote for what? They know, because for me, when it day for my hand, I did share for everybody. I know the big man where it is stingy like they want so. Now I said people where when I don't go marry, I get problem, the family related problem. I don't get time for that one, because even me myself, I don't sacrifice marriage and wedding for the sake of our people. And so I not go the hell man where you don't go to marry your own woman, the woman they pregnant, you want money for cost. So not say life is a sacrifice. You have to sacrifice until you are stable, and when you are stable, then you go to those relationships. But then when it comes to the struggle, the people have no choice. The one that are caught up in bush and refugee camps and so on and so forth, is not their choice, it's not their fault, because Cameroon government made that to happen. And that's why I listen to their cry every time. I hope you people are aware of this. And so as a woman too, when you go out there and you have children, you sleep with any Jack and Jill, any man that comes because he have 6-pack, you just sleep with. And then you allow him to impregnate you, have kids. When you reach out to me and you are not affected by the struggle, and you are only affected because you have 1 or 2, 3 kids that you have to take care of, and I look you like an irresponsible person. And so I call everyone to be responsible. At times of war like this, you have to cut some of your desires. I don't even know how people will still go on sleeping and enjoying and having this time when you see blood left and right. For me, sometimes I don't understand. But at least even as human nature, you must do that, do it very responsibly, and cut the rate at which you are, we need the population. But now, take it easy, please. That is just a general advice to everyone. Now, see, when Cameroon don't struggle for kill the consortium, the youth decided Mark Barretta and Tapang Ivo to take over the consortium. I have condemned the act for which Tapang Ivo and Mark Barretta were humiliated and publicly sabotaged and disgraced in the public by the SCACUF leadership. I have said it from day one, that was power mongering, and that was so bad that you expose the youth to your enemy, to La République. That was very terrible and horrible. Today, if I was wrong, where is the SCACUF? They said they wanted to bring independence from the court, and the consortium with Mark and Ivo was disturbing them. Now, Mark and Ivo was not taking any thousands of dollars from you. The money they took was Dr. Fontaine's car money, and they delivered $12,000, which is equivalent of 6.5 million or 6 million. They delivered. People came and destroyed them and collected more than 100,000 US dollars to sue Cameroon government in court with Foley Hawkers law firm for independence from the court. Now, today, if I would ask any SCACUF followers how market for independence from the court, they will look me like shame, so shameful, right? But you are way in, you are way out. You crush the youth leadership before you take over power. How, when you crush people like Paul Biya, how do you think you can succeed? Let us think. When you crush your very same people you are trying to fight to give freedom to, and the same youth discover that they need to fight even more than their father, and you come and you snatch power from the youth, what are you teaching those youth? And so that is why today God is not a normal human being like any of us. For whatever you do, you have payment. So I will turn and ask Amazonian people, see, I am still going to be cautioning you all. Why? Because I love you all. Why? Because I want the great and the best of all of us and our leaderships. So look at the SCACUF. Where is the SCACUF at today? After all they did to have power, bribe. I was one of the people they wanted to bribe. I have references. I have screenshots. I am one of the people where they send some ladies to come behind me. I will have a position in SCACUF. I can make screenshot if anyone tries to debunk me. Where are the Teria Pompos, the Ata John, the Kukumba Bling, Emalari, Loved Mona, G Faculty, Montana Rolands? Where are all these people? These were their activists. Ata John of Almighty, where are they? When you do the wrong thing, shame will hold you. And when shame hold you, you will want under the bed. But when you are honest to yourself and you condemn everything that is bad, whether it's from within or from the enemy, like the Mandelas, like I do, bad is bad, good is good. Whether it is from within or external, we don't care. Because our people that died, they died because they wanted to protect good for us and our children. And by the power of the blood that is spilled, by their blood, by our people, innocent civilians that were battered, how can we even prioritize anyone that says anything that's evil and bad as far as our blood is concerned? People will go on and project Ayuk Seseku Tabi. We don't want anyone to race in this struggle because of Ayuk Seseku Tabi. The same people will turn around and impeach Seseku Ayuk Tabi. The same pastors will turn around and pray for the enemy to even assassinate and kill their own leader, Seseku Ayuk Tabi. And then you think the same people will do good for you. No doubt the people of Bui learn. The people of Bui, Batibo, they learn. You lost your children because of the manipulations from the same people. If they want to kill Seseku Ayuk Tabi, whom they didn't want us to rest because of Seseku, they turn around to kill. What about you, civilians? You learn the hard way, right? When they turn their own guys that they went with Atanganjipora and created all across Ground Zero, and they turned it to be killing you again, you families. You have suffered a lot from Paul Biya. You start to suffer again from those, their vigilante group working with Atanganjipora. From the time we discovered that, look at how Ground Zero is becoming pure today. People come and start beheading the heads of people in Amazonia and taking the name of Amazonian separatist fighters, which is not true. Once Capo Daniel, we went out behind the scene with the Amazonian intelligence, discovered what was going on behind the scene. Look at how Amazonia is clean today. We are waiting for the next action they will do. in order to tarnish the image of the people's aspiration. That is the goal. I mean, if people pray for Seseko to be jailed and even killed, call activists and rally them in meetings in the midnight to make sure that they sabotage Seseko Ayub Tabi, their own leader. What about them going and conniving with the Republic to destroy the reputation of these leaders? You have seen it. And so I call each and every leader to be very careful. Not everyone who stand with you mean good for you. I caution the AGOV's leadership, the Mandela leadership. I caution the ADF AGOV's leadership. Not everyone, at least in every table of 12 is a Judah Iscariot. If you told Seseko Ayub Tabi this, you will not believe. That the Secretary Chris Anas and the people whom he stood with, like the Dr. Sofses Nkongo, Dr. Nicholas Santos, people like Sakorian who were with him in the cabinet, that they would turn around and pray for his assassination in La Republic, pray for him to be jailed for life. This is why the ADF AGOV's leadership and the Mandelas, who have to think, always be alert. Mandelas and Vanguard, I'm not scared, because I see you 24/7. I see everything 24/7. 24/7 in the spirit. And so the AGOV's ADF leadership need to be very careful, because Secretary Chris Ano was for Seseko like that you would never imagine. You already know the type of relationship they had. The relationship Seseko had with Eringwa was what? Very strong relationship. And if this can happen, then you will know that everyone in the leadership is a potential threat. And that's why the vanguards are here, because the vanguards understand that every official member is a threat to the leadership. You can't see it. You can only see it if you have the eye to stand with the leader after what happened in London Bridge. You can only see it if you have the eye to stand with the leader to an extent where they want to wipe you out from this planet. If you stood with the leader and you are not real, and you are not with your power and soul, then these people will not plan to wipe you out from the history. And so we are cautioning our leadership to be very careful. Not everyone who call you sir, Oga, this, they love you. Look, in Cote d'Ivoire, Alassane Ouattara was a friend to Laurent Gbagbo. In fact, they all schooled in the military school in Cameroon, La République du Cameroun, in Emia, where Gbagbo was a senior student and Alassane Ouattara was a junior student, and Laurent Gbagbo was the one taking care of Alassane Ouattara. Gbagbo went back and, joined politics, became a president for Ivory Coast. As he became a president, he said, look, I can't climb a tree while my own friend is not in the government. And then he called Alassane Ouattara to his government. The same Alassane Ouattara that he fed in Cameroon gave him food to eat, because Ouattara was not from a well-to-do family like Gbagbo. Brought him to power and make him a public figure. The same Ouattara turned around and betrayed Laurent Gbagbo. And when Laurent Gbagbo was indicted, arrested, what happened? Alassane Ouattara took over power as the president of Cote d'Ivoire. This is power for you. And so in everywhere the Mandelas are watching the leadership, Dr. Cho Ayaba, 24/7, 360 degrees all year round. Because we know there must be a traitor, there will always be a Judah in every table of seven. And some of the Judas don't even know, because the enemy used them spiritually to an extent where they don't even know. We are also aware. That's why we are spiritually balanced. We are spiritually balanced because we know some of the Judas Iscariot don't act in their mindset. They don't even know that they have been compromised spiritually. And so they do the things they are doing, thinking is the right thing to do. And some of them, if you hold them that they are actually Judas, they are going to cry. Why they are crying? Because spiritually they are not tough enough to break the shackles of the enemy. The enemy is also smart in all these areas. They will come and see how lovely you are doing good things. The enemy will hit you spiritually and turn you to try to block power from the leadership, trying to show always correctness, and that make people to stay away, and the leadership will continue to be an opposition. AGOVC will never be opposition anymore as far as vanguards are concerned. We are taking it to the next level. And we cannot take it by being opposition, crying over spilled milk of the Sakorians. We are doing all these things, and if people in the leadership are actually very wise, they would have joined the vanguard in saying, stop calling Sarkorians, stop, continue to talk only about what ADF has on the table, what Dr. Cho Ayaba has on the table. But why some people are not joining that campaign? Because they don't know what they are doing, or they have been spiritually compromised, and they don't even know. They have been spiritually compromised and they don't know. Finally, I want to thank each and everyone, the vanguard, for how you took the Kamto saga. You see, I didn't want us to spend time talking about Kamto saga. Our struggle was not about La Republic anymore. We're gone. So we have to concentrate on the things that help our people. If General I was coming and we have left our struggle and talking about what happened in East Cameroon, is that good for us? I want to thank all of you. Finally, when I told you, don't talk about that. Look, what is the result? Do you think the people who did not see yourself being battered in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020 September is when they're going to see your suffering and pains? These are people who eat sardine and bread. And when you give them sardine and bread, life continues. They are okay. And we are aware. And so we should not have any egg in their basket. So no one should continue to talk about things that happen in La Republic of Cameroon. Let us talk about how to make our country Amazonia great. Indeed, that's what we need to talk about. And every leadership and everyone in leadership need to endorse this. But how many people are endorsing that? Or we are already like, we are just leaders, we fold our arms and sit. Everyone should be activists. The leader himself, Dr. Cho Ayaba, is even more than an activist. Then why we suffice that other people in other key strategic positions are just sitting and waiting for people to contribute, and then you, even when they ask you to, sometimes you get mad. Everyone need to go out. Everyone need to be massive. The Nagela Gilles are doing it. The Ericas, everyone. The all Mandelas are active in media. You see it. The kingdom of God that suffered violence must be taken back by force. The kingdom of God that suffered violence must be taken back by force. Collective efforts. Everyone need to act. Act very wisely. Very wisely. Everyone need to act, but smartly and wisely. The leader is going to live in YouTube, live in Facebook, live in other TVs, invited to BBC, CNN. If we can see these efforts, then we need to protect and defend and secure the leader. And make sure everyone standing do the same. And so we will understand when the leader comes from live talk shows and see what people are texting, and people like us come and we are following everything, your comments, and we come to talk. You cannot obstruct it. It's a difficult task, which everyone must acknowledge. And so whether wrong is wrong and right is right, we are not going to look you how you are, and we don't care. You can spend $100,000 and spoil the thing, then it doesn't make sense. But somebody can spend 10,000 on it and make sure that everything happened correctly. That person is the father of the nation. Take that today to your mind. And so some people too, when people contribute money and give to some people to execute, then they act like colonial masters. Oh boy, come on. It's the people giving you money to help, to reach out to where they want it to be. You have the right even to come and tell the people back what you did, how you did it. We want to hear feedback from the grounds. We want to see them feedback, thanking the people that are doing that. Some of you will not bring feedback, we are aware, because you want to show that you are the one in charge. You are the one who is doing it. You are the one. Whenever I take $10,000 and split from me as the Amba Dangute, I say it in media, people know I'm the one. And everyone on the ground receiving know I'm the one. There is no single franc I have given on the ground that is from the institution since this struggle ever started. For 4 years, if anything has left me to the ground for 30 million or 50 million francs, all is me. I can post this on media because I've never been able in any way institution where I deliver. Mandela's deliver directly to their governing council, and so the governing council delivers on the ground, not Mandela's. If Mandela's will have to deliver on the ground, there will be then that one will be a policy shift. And when that policy shifts, the Mandela's will have to sit in a meeting, adopt it before that can happen, because they adopted in a meeting that they understand in that way to stand and support those who are defending their women and children. That was a policy that was adopted. And so anything that comes from me directly to the ground is me, is personal, is private. And so let no one go and corrupt any hero on the ground that whatever I give to them is from intuition. You know they talk to me every day, and you know they know everything, and they talk to the Mandelas every day, and they know everything. And so to everyone who takes and go and deliver and come back, and you can't account, and you can't tell the people, or you go and act now as if you are the one. Remember what happened to the Bui warriors. The Bui County Worldwide was taking money and delivering to the Bui warriors. Elvis and Shay Louis Stars Nuisa. When they went, they act as if the money came from their pockets. The people of Bui today got it. They got so mad. They are giving zero to Bui County Worldwide. What happened? They have shattered. They have shattered. You see that? The strategy I had for Bui County Worldwide was to talk to our mothers and fathers from Bui. Talk to our Bui civilian population one-to-one, from one continent to another continent, from all the Bui forums to another Bui forums. I reach out to them every single day. I send an audio out in the dialect. I continuously talk to them to remind them why we are in the struggle and how will some people be acting again like colonial masters. I remind them of my trip to Boya when Chris Bongam took some money from Bishop John Ejagwa and act like a colonial master in Boyo and order for the arrest and the assassination of General Arke. God being so kind. Today will Chris Bongam have money again to go call for the arrest of General Arke? When people give you money, respect the people. Because only the people who give have the mandate to continue to give. And that's why I have always cried out to thank the people every month, the people that give. Thank them, write letters and sign and thank them. It's part of the motivation. Some people don't understand that. Which for me, I see like it's very foolish and idiotic that you even want to remind people to do that. It's something which I don't even think that somebody need to do that. Because it's naturally correct that you have to thank somebody when somebody gives you something, a cup of water to drink. And it is even better when you write it in the paper and write a letter and say, bro, the water you gave me to drink, man, I was thirsty. My neck was dried. Man, that water pushed me. I was running and I was almost collapsing and fainting. The cup of water you gave me, it gave me a good spirit to go again without being tired. I also learned to be charitable. I learned to help other people. When you do that, people have ego, human ego, like to be pampered. And you wonder why people are giving money to the pigs, because that is what they do. That's what they do. Have you ever had any pigs? Have you converted any pig in your life? I've converted a bunch of pigs. You have no idea. You have seen some of them that we are praising, Estakufian, Sakoria. Today you will see them, they are talking to Tutu Ayaba as a leader. Because I know what I did. Mandelas can tell you what they do. And so we have to learn. We are bound to learn. We are in a learning process. And if we already learn and know, Amazonia should have had independence. For the fact that we haven't had our legitimate collective final independence, no one is a hero at this time. So we shouldn't act like some people already know more than some. That's what I would laugh. If you know more than some, you could have prevented my ADF soldiers from not being killed by the evil devilish people. If you know better, General Ivo could have been prevented before the coming of the vanguards. If you know better, General Evan could not be moving everywhere and they want to kill him. From the time the vanguards have come, you have seen the peace that is coming to General Evan today and the ADF on the ground. We can say this here proudly that the vanguards have done great. Because you know when you touch ADF, it's going to go viral. People will know you will be exposed. Even General Daiman, he understood what the vanguard will do. When you want to kill your own, you become a threat. The vanguard do what they do better. I'm not going to reveal you what they do, but they do what they do better. When General Nopiti, when they came to Bui, the vanguard did what they did and scold him. We don't do hate. Scold him. Look at Commando in Batibo. Scold him. Taught him. Take time and talk to your brothers. Take time and talk to them because they are being manipulated by other diaspora people. That is the work of the vanguards. Has Gusang not returned to peace? Have you ever heard that General Swanguru is facing any threat? Because you have to make sure that they are fully integrated in their communities. You need to understand those who are not understanding. They not to talk to one another. Talk to one another. Not WhatsApp messages that are flimsy here, left and right, causing threats among them. Something has already happened. You need to calm down. Sometimes you go low and then you solve the problem. Sometimes you take the blame and solve the problem down. You are abroad, you take the blame. And so when you take the blame, you know no one can come to kill you. But when you allow it on their head, what happened? Even if they have made a mistake, you take the blame because you are abroad. And then they can continue to live peacefully. This leadership like this thing like this is inert, I think. We emphasize this. We emphasize because we will flag anyone that we see that jeopardizes the activities of the leader. We will just flag you. And when we flag you, you know what we do? We will bring you out in public and naked you and wash you in the public basin and pray for you to repent. And we will hold Holy Bible on your head. Hold a crucifix and pray and say, God, repent this bad spirit from this person. Whether you know it or not. Because we are working the work of God. Whether you know or not, you are possessed. We will come out like this and we will pray publicly and ask God to forgive you. Like baby journalists. You see Bishop Kia left from Amazonia. Came to United States and prayed for baby journalists. The bishop came and prayed for him for shielding thieves who are using the image of God to extort the poor people. When Bishop Kia came to pray for him was that, look, you are putting some people who are using God's image to extort from poor Christians. And Bishop Kia came to pray to deliver him from that. Later on, he apologized. You have no idea the power of God. Hallelujah. And so that is our job as vanguards. I know some people are cheating already because you know the encounter you have had with vanguards. Nothing goes for free. You will understand. Don't stand today very strong because the vanguards have come to protect you and then later on you want to behave like a colonial master. Our idea is that Dr. Cho Ayaba must be protected. This is an innocent leader. He is so focused and he will do everything to free his people. But some kind of a Tanganjipol love is what we don't want to see beside him. We don't obstruct power. If people want to talk to their leader, let them talk. Let them talk. If the leader think that he want to talk to other leaders, allow him to talk. Want to hear that I've advised the leader not to talk to this leader. I've advised the leader not to talk to this person. Who are you? Advise Amazonia to have independence. That's what we want to hear. That's the best advice we want to hear from you. Not obstruct power. Trump was almost impeached for obstructing power. If American people want to impeach a leader for power obstruction, what about you when we use America as the skeleton for our constitution? Some of us, we come and act exactly like colonial masters. That is not good. We want to be very inclusive. Whether by power, by force, we will be inclusive. All Amazonian people have the right to join, to come and rally behind Dr. Cho Ayaba. But not, some people will not disturb that from happening. You will not cause people to run like Dela and say, oh, Dela, I run because of some. We will not have people who love Dr. Cho Ayaba like Dela going. Dela is one of the highest lover of Dr. Cho Ayaba, our leader. But when I ask him, why you love Dr. Cho Ayaba? Why you have to not be in ADF? And he will explain his situation to you. And you will see that he ran because of some people, not because of the leader. That's why he loved Dr. Choti today. You have Tambe Jerry, this Tambe that I even fired from Mandela. I came to realize that in other platforms that I've seen Tambe Jerry, if you talk anything against Dr. Cho Ayaba, Tambe will put you to the gutter. He will put you inside the toilet. But Tambe does not like some of the people surrounding Dr. Cho Ayaba. This cause for concerns as vanguards. When we see like that, it's already a problem. And not solving that problem is problematic. We cannot deny a problem. We will look into all problems. Why people prefer to be with the thief pastor rather than the leadership. And some people will tell us the reason why they are with the thief pastors. We have struggled to bring some of them closer. And some of them have difficulties because of some people. And so it's our activity. Don't think that you are wherever you stand, if you are not, a struggle will not continue. Dr. Cho Ayaba did not give up in 30 years ago. Don't think that he will give up if you are not there. By the way, we are bringing more people, more educated people, people who understand leadership close to him. Some of the Mandelas, they are holding positions today, everywhere, left and right, because they want to account. They understand what they call accountability. Some people have held this for a long time and they don't even know how to account to the people. Some of them are older people and they don't know what the taste of the young people. When the young person is asking you something because in their own generation, that is what is considered right. But then people who are older, sometimes their mentality is always a little bit difficult for me to understand. And I think that you all are facing that. That's why in the Mandela leadership, you see these are all young people and they understand. They belong to this society, to this current generation. And that's why the kind of expectation the current generation expect is not the one that people above the age of 50, they know. This is a fact. My father used to wear Ampang de Lampang. I have never put that in. I have never worn anything like Ampang de Lampang. My father used to wear some shoes called Chicago, how they call it. I've never put Santiago. I have never worn anything like Santiago. I have my own type of shoes today that are good. Some people wear the Air Force and all these fish shoes that is from Kanye West, sardine shoes. All those type of things. And so you understand that the current, when you are standing for the current population and they cry and they say this is what they want, don't obstruct that. Because you act like a colonial person. As a leader, you have to listen to the people when they have a complaint. And so people surrounding leaders who are all in prop, who want to let you know before, in America, when you want to do something, if you want to shop somebody, you must let the person know. So everyone in the governing council, you are under shopping now. I want to let you know that your report cards will all be out. Simple. Because if we don't do that, this revolution, we will be dangling without knowing where we are going to. We want to know the disciples that, one, are stronger spiritually, financially stable. When you are financially stable, you cannot thief. You understand? Even though no one has ever stolen money. But when you are financially stable, it means that you can account very well. When you are financially stable, it knows that you can deal with money very well and account and tell the people. Those are facts. You can cancel. A man that has never had money, how can he account? Account what? What has he ever had in his life that he can account? If you take somebody that never know money, like Atanganji Pose, and put in office, they will become thieves. Does that change the man why Sako is a thief? He's a thief because this man has never had money, doesn't know how to handle money, and first of all, even if he's not a thief, he cannot handle money, he cannot manage money, and he cannot deliver. And he has never had money. So the first thing is that he wants to keep some money to know how money feels. There's a sense of goodness when you can feel money every time you want. Anytime I put my hands in my pocket and see money, I'm always feeling good. I feel good. Because there's a feeling, a human ego, to touch money, you feel very good, wealthy, and you feel healthy. Even if malaria was to attack you tomorrow and you hold some big money in your hand today, you are healed. Because money has power. Money can put down a forest and fill the valleys and even put mountains down. You know the truth. That's a fact. That's why we rely on people's contribution to move this struggle. That's a fact. Every leadership in this struggle abroad is to collect and send on the ground. But those who never knew how to manipulate money, how to manage money, you give money to it, they embezzle because they want to keep feeding it. They have never felt money for their lifetime. I want to let people know that clean as it is. And so we probe everyone. Everyone is under probe, and the report cards will be out. Some of the people will have a green report card, blue report card. Some will have red, like they slaughtered a cow, like they slaughtered a Atanganji Pole in your block. When you have that, you are a threat to the institution. If your report card is yellow, you are a threat to the institution. If your report card is a green, you are a threat to the institution. And if your report card is red, you are a terrorist to the institution. You will see that. We are not going to mince our word. So there's green, red, yellow report cards. These are worst report cards to have. If it is white and blue, come on, you are like an angel inside paradise. It has to be white and blue. When your report card comes and is blue, you are good to go. If it is green, red, yellow, man, you are like an Atanganji Pole. And that's what we will do. And no one has the power to even object Mandela from that. You will be kicked out immediately. Kicked out! Even if you are the chair lady or the chairman you will be kicked out because the vision does not allow thief. The vision does not in any way corroborate with anyone that try to obstruct power in Amazonia or thief or try to not allow people to say it as it is. Because Honorable Joseph Wiba wanted to say the same thing in La Republique. You saw the kind of way La Republique treated Honorable Joseph Wiba, and some of us who are the descendants of Joseph Wiba stood up and said, our father has taught us we can never shut our mouth. Amazonian people claim it. If you enjoy how Joseph Wiba spoke in La Republique Parliament, then how can we come and some people want to shut us? You see, that's why Ashawari, we flush Ashawari. Flush the thief, embezzlers. We flush them because they are completely like Makisa, Kavaye Ege Jibril, Cameroon Glass House. We are real. We are real. You are dealing, when you know the vanguards have refused positions. So many positions have come and the vanguard never want to care about positions because we are real. We are natural. God has brought us to the people. And so don't look at any position that we have official that we can talk. You are crazy. When we secured the leader in London, we didn't have any official positions. Don't think that official position is a way to shut people out. No. When we secured the leadership, that was a great thing to ever do in the revolution, was to make sure that Dr. Cho Ayaba was taken from the hands of these monsters who wanted to nail him down like they nailed Nso Foncha. Where in Nso Foncha today, they took Nso Foncha and nailed him. Look at Dr. Ebenezer Akwanga. At the beginning of this struggle, Dr. Ebenezer and Dr. Cho Ayaba were the same level. All of them have armed groups, SOCADEF and ADF. Look at how they took Dr. Ebenezer Akwanga. Look at what they did with him. If Dr. Ebenezer Akwanga had vanguards like we are, he would still be standing strong today. I know he doesn't listen too. That's one thing with him, is that he doesn't listen. He's very emotional. Dr. Cho Ayaba is calm. He listens. But under some people always try to, you know, I am a spirit man. Whenever you go and talk to the leader behind the scene, I know. I'm always aware. Whatever you say in any strategic forum or in any forum in this struggle, you know I am everywhere. There are some people who are doctors, very great person that you think they are deputies, vice, but they know what the Liberation TV has done. They know what we do. And no matter how you try to lie, they will still come and tell us. That is the fact. This struggle is ordained by God. That's why you cannot lie behind. So whenever you go in any forum and you are talking, the vanguard will know it. Our people cannot die and somebody go behind the scene and try to lie. Come on. It's not held. Even in La Republic, when La Republic try to talk shit, we know. How do we know in La Republic and then we will never know inside Amazonia? Whether you hide in the toilet and talk. Spiritually, we are all right. We know. Some of us look people like this from the eye and we can tell. The integrity of our institution will be felt all over Ground Zero, 1st of October 2020. The integrity of ADF will be felt and seen in all corners of Amazonia because some vanguards like us stood and make sure that goal for the first time is achieved. But if they have destroyed our leader in London, we don't know if that will be achieved. If the Maryland has succeeded to destroy the entire AGOVs, we don't know if that was going to be affected. I remember a time when I see the Secretary of State out by himself and I look at him and I'm like, they need protection. I remember the time when I saw Dr. Julius near the VP talking and I'll say, oh my God, the gentleman like this need protection. I remember when I saw Dr. Cho Ayaba eating in the public bus station, waiting for a bus or a taxi, eating a sandwich. But I remember a time where we see some leaders who goes and they rent cars, rent expensive Cadillac, Escalade, and they go and eat expensive and drink wine in expensive restaurants. We see that. And then you know the difference between a good leader and power mongers who are already acting. I see some moving on and people are holding umbrellas just like they hold for dictator Paul Biya. I've seen some areas where all those things we saw them. And so you will see a leader that has dedicated himself to the people, to serve his people and not to be served. And you will not protect them. If the vanguards and Mandelas don't protect Dr. Cho Ayaba, then you are part and parcel of Atanga Jipo. And part of the protection means that if you see anyone close to a leader that is talking nyanyambo, things that cannot help, call the person out immediately. Let us just understand. Maybe the person is weak. You are weak. You are not supposed to be beside. If you are emotional, no matter how good you are not supposed to be beside the leader. We don't want crying babies. Please, it's something that have arrived at a point where crying cannot even bring us anything. We have cried in front of the United Nations, World Health Organization, International Monetary Fund. But that cry has not given anything. Our soldiers, if they are crying on the ground, would they have ever made Atanga Jipo to understand? If the ADF are crying on the ground, are instead crying in the bushes, would they have saved their lives? That's why when I come in, I make sure that all of them understand the Geneva Convention, their own human rights, and the right for themselves to self-defend themselves. And that anything that act like a terrorist, act like a snake in the grass, receive 5 bullets before they see if it's A or not. From the time we change that code of conduct, things have changed. Can't say that they will come and kill them and they will respect code of what could I talk about? How can you secure your mothers and children when you can't secure yourself? Anything that act like a terrorist, behave like a terrorist, it is a terrorist. Receive 2 to 5 AK bullets. Before we see whether it was just win. If it is win, what do you have to lost? That is how we change the equation. Because look, you're going to ask us, who are we to change the equation? But you have forgotten that our leader told us at the beginning, block by block, control your block. You are the leader of your block. Our leader told us this. That's why we rallied all the blocks behind him. That's why some people think that you can destroy ADF. How will you destroy ADF when it is not owned by Dr. Cho, but blocks with their own block CICs that come together, rally their blocks, put it under one institution, and then have a major CIC, Dr. Cho Ayaba? Or you have forgotten that some of us like this know the day-to-day of our blocks, and we have taken over and make sure that our blocks are well secured and protected. Or you just thought that Dr. Cho Ayaba went to all the states in Amazonia, from one state to another, creating blocks. No, he told us from day one, Cameroon has failed. You have to take it block by block, own your block, organize your block, stand by your block, and make sure your block delivers. Some of us did tremendously for our blocks. That's why we are recognized. We are recognized because of the action in our blocks. And our action in our blocks is now living from our blocks to other people's blocks to strengthen them. And that's why when you want to hear that, Major General Vela is now the National Deputy Chairman for our Independence Day commemoration, it's not as if it fell from heaven. Because our action has been like that. You are going to air all the state. You're gonna hear me. You're gonna hear me. Someone somehow is going to talk about me. How generous I reach out to them. How generous, even when I don't collect money for the institution. But they will tell you how I have done to them. And that's why I call each and everyone to respect Dr. David Makongo. Respect Dr. David Makongo. That's an Amber big brother. I always say this to you. Remember the people I endorse. And some of you are going to say, why are you endorsing Dr. David Makongo? He's this. But that is the same eye I take and saw Dr. Cho Ayaba as a good man. Dr. Cho Ayaba himself always acknowledged Dr. David Makongo as a big brother for Ambazonia. So surrogate, please, and activists and members, please don't be surrogates. I want the issue of surrogacy to end from Ambazonia. The issue of surrogacy has caused so much pain, so much confusion. At a time whenever people do propaganda, surrogate just spread the same lies. Look at how surrogate did. Blue and White Army, this Fan Sakorian, and today look at the work of surrogacy. I want each and every Ambazonian to act like a citizen. Don't act like a surrogate. Act like a vanguard. That's why the issue of vanguard. Because for a vanguard, for anything that happens, they have to take it, reason, think about it before they endorse it. And if they don't understand, they go to their meeting and they talk and reflect about it. They are not emotional. Never. They are past the emotional state. There are people who are above and beyond. Above and beyond, can do and undo. I want these points to be clear here. When you hear somebody call a vanguard, it's not a surrogate. Surrogate for what? Surrogate is for politics. We are not in that area of politics yet. We are starting to make sure the blood of our people have justice. And when you treat, the worst thing is for me to see somebody trying to push vanguards and Mandelas to act like surrogates. You must be mad. Surrogates are people who don't even contribute, who don't even give anything. And the worst is seeing people who don't contribute, even trying to push people who contribute to do things. It's nasty. We don't want to see that. I want to thank the Mandelas and the vanguards across the world. You have ended the madness in Batibo, in Gusa, in Mogamu. You have ended it. You shattered all that madness. Brought unity among our children. You have shattered the madness in Bui. Brought unity in Bui. That is pragmatic. Slowly but surely. The useless noise in Libya, you destroy it. Everyone who wanted to destroy ADF because of National Army today, I told you not to even mention the word National Army. What happened? Have we ever lost a battle? When I say I am the Vanguard founder, it was not an illusion. It was a vision that came by the ordained powers of the Almighty that ordained our struggle. So the same spirit I sleep say, look, do not fight this National Army thing. You fight, you are making it seem like you are Tanganji Paul. You are making it seem like you are Paul Biya. Because if they say they want to raise an army for Amazonia and you are fighting against it, then you are evil. But you know those people have no any good intention. What they do is they want to take money from the people. But if you continue to talk about it, you are funding it and you are making people see it as a good thing to do. Because any Amazonian person, when they hear about creation of a national army and they have money, if they have to give. Except that they are so smart to understand what was going on. We want to have another level of military. And when you talk about national army, people already see that maybe we are going to buy ammo cars, buy jets, and ADF does not have ammo cars, ADF does not have military jets, and so it's good to have a militia that have a military jet. And so any rational Amazonian person that doesn't have a brain will just go and put money there. I know some of you close to me, you did. But like I told you, you saw the result. The problem is not the issue of the idea of national army. The issue is the people who are talking about it. Amen. Do you understand? The problem is not the idea of the national army. The problem is the people talking about it. Look, you have the ADF or the War Council. It's something which anyone can do. You understand? You can stand today and say you create the War Council. It is not the idea. It is the people who actually are projecting that strategy. Every strategy is out. That's why the idea of even school is out everywhere. Why do you think there are some schools that are reputable? Very good school. Why? Because it is about the people that are handling it, the administration. Look at what happened in Bamenda. Because the people of Bamenda understood that their children were being killed there with the help of some people within us. Why? Because they are fighting for ADF and they want to wipe ADF so they can control. The act of government is to control. You know that is a fact. The act of self-defense is to liberate. That's a fact. I think that you people understand this today, what I'm talking about today. It is not about the idea of the army. The idea of a national army is something which, when you fight against it, people see you like a bad man, like a threat for Amazonia people. But, however, you have to say, look, it's not about the idea of the national army. It's who is talking about the national army. If you receive more than 2 million and projected 2 million for my trip to Boya and stood against all activists and all other leaders in this struggle and projected some people like Sakoda were right, and you don't have the tenacity or the dexterity or the enthusiasm to think and know that these people are thieves, and then you collect more than 2 million Ambazonia people and give to thieves. They took the money, and then the very same person who was holding the basket comes out and say he wants to create an army. The people of Amazonia will have to understand from experience. You are learning. People learn from experience. How can you be different? And then you go and give money to him to create national army. And today I ask you, where is that army fighting? Or are we waiting for October Day to see people calling themselves national army when we have never seen where they fight? So you have national army in Bamenda, you will see them marching with their t-shirt, national army. Huh? That is a food for thought for them now. They can go and even bring people from Bafusam and put national army there and allow them on the street. So the people can be convinced that, well, their pennies they contributed is already in work. It's like Sako coming today and saying draft. And then you go again and you give money to draft. And you expect it to deliver. Even God Almighty will make it not to deliver. You said life is learning from experience. You learn from experience. And experience taught you a lesson. And then you still go again and you give money to the same experience. You mastermind your experience. People pay in other developed world to have experienced teachers called the motivational speaker and the coaches. People pay a lot of money for consultancy. And then God has given you a free knowledge, free experience. And you go and yourself, you jeopardize it. And you are crying for that not delivered. So I call Vanguard, don't always talk about those projects, because when you talk about it, you are projecting it. We only talk about it now because it has failed. People have seen it. The top project continue to deliver. People are seeing it. All the project that the ADF has delivered. That's why the Mandela project too need always to be delivered, because our projects have to deliver. That's a fact. All our projects must deliver, all of them. No project should be left without being delivered. When anything is left, then there's question mark about it. Politics. Remember, like I told you, politicians are always afraid, because they know that when you deliver on ground zero, you have credibility. When you deliver in ground zero, you have credibility, and politicians are always afraid of that. A politician can even go as far as blocking anything that will go to ground zero and give relevant to somebody, just for the fact that they don't want you to have to seem relevant. But that is against the people. It's against the people that are dying, those in the bushes that want to come back home, those in refugees that want to come back home. And so when that happens, we have to call it out. And there's no one left out in that case. Remember that I am not just a normal activist like any other person. Spiritually, I stand. I fought battles, even battles you would not imagine. And politically, I learned in a credible international school in US. And so don't think that my politics is like a quarter politics or whatever. I learned it. Now we are going in a spiritual way. So I want to thank all of you. We are going to read Exodus chapter 2. And from there, we shall talk a little bit more. 2 hours, 20 minutes, we shall be able to wrap up for today. And tomorrow we will come. So let us look at this. And so we shall I'm reading at all your comments. Remember, I always read everything, even your comment, your love, your everything. As of now, let me see this. Let me come back to Liberation TV and check the stocks and the statistics. So as of now, Liberation TV have 1,458 people are seeing this post for the first time live in Liberation TV channel. So I can show it to you here. You can see it, 35 shares is here. Look at that. So you can see how far we are doing. Don't be discouraged. Look at this. 1,458 people. And then you have this 35 shares. So this is for you to see that we are moving on the right direction. This is just the first time we come live in Liberation TV, right? So I'm impressed. So for your Sabi, please press the love button for your Sabi, as you can see on the screen. For yourself, and thank you so much for your contribution. Continue to share. Mama Irene Ate, I want to thank you so much. You are a motivation to this generation. You do what this generation cannot do. So Mama Irene Ate, thank you so much. God bless you, Mom. You are phenomenal. You are wonderful. And no doubt that's why you continue to stay in shape and very beautiful as you are, because you understand the science of the body. Thank you so much. God bless you. Much respect. So we are going to, before we do that, let us thank God, and then we go to read that. So let us thank God first. Holy words are preserved for our walk in this world. For our walk in this world, they resound with God's of heart. Oh, let the ancient words impart, words of life. Last time, when we come talk about Exodus chapter 1, we discover how the God's chosen people were trapped in Egypt under the leadership of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. We also learn how the people suffered, and the people wanted to break through, to have a breakthrough to the promised land. We saw the difficulties that happened to them to an extent where Pharaoh ordered every male child born of a Hebrew family should be killed. After he failed to convince the midwives, those who were working in the clinics, to kill any male child that was born of a Hebrew. But because the Hebrew women were very, very wise, and we prefer to give birth to their children at home, Pharaoh discovered, and also the midwives were also, they had the fear of the Lord, which they got a reward from God for that. So Pharaoh ordered, towards the last verse 22 of Exodus chapter 1, Pharaoh ordered that any male child born of a Hebrew family should be killed, should be flint into the river. So Pharaoh commanded all his people, saying, every son who is born you shall cast into the river, and every daughter you shall save alive. Exodus chapter 1 verses 22. That was the last verse of chapter 1 that we read last time. But something mysterious happened as we are going to Exodus chapter 2. So in Exodus chapter 2, we are going to learn something new. We have a caller online, and we want to listen to this caller. So for this reason, let us listen to this caller before we continue. We want to give the caller just 2 minutes maximum. Hello, caller. Yes, you are welcome to Liberation TV. We are sharing the words of the Lord. Hello?
Yes, I throw you salute.
All right, welcome.
Yeah, I throw you salute.
Right on. What do you have to tell the people for 2 minutes? Right on.
I get to thank the people of Amazonia for their resistance and all the tremendous work they did do, especially on ground. And we of now the activists want committed to see say on the work. So I want to tell our people as we prepare for the October, make we come out strongly and by making sure that we dip our hands into our pockets to make sure for our needs. And I call on everybody, Mandela, join the Mandela to make sure that we move forward. I give special 21 God support. Dr. Ayabacho, to our leader of in Konenge, so despite the confirm the illegal sent need a stay focus on goal because we will leave Amazonia and everybody will get place to smart. And I also want to know say in this world of this there are scammers that will come to take your money, sell in the name of that, and which you will never see results. So as we report, to be watchful because they will come. This claim people come in him, they will say good work, they form miracles, but they not be in my name. So more people watch out because now the same thing happen with the Maryland cartel. Now the false prophets that Amazon solution. So I want to thank you very much. General, so you continue the good.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, brother. God bless you. Thank you for the call. We are so happy to have you here, Liberation TV channel. You are actually the first caller in Liberation TV channel. Thank you so much.
Thank you, General. Thank you, General.
This is the first caller in Liberation TV channel. And so, so let us hold on now. Let us go on and read the scripture. When we read that, then we will continue. Excuse. We are going to read Exodus chapter 2. Exodus chapter 2. And a man of the house of Levi went and took as wife a daughter of Levi. So the woman conceived and bore a son. And when she saw that he was beautiful child, she hid him 3 months. But when she could no longer hide him, she took an act of bulrushes for him, daubed it with asphalt and pitch, put the child in it, and laid it in the reeds by the river's bank. And his sister stood afar off to know what would be done to him. Then the daughter of Pharaoh came down to bathe at the river, and her maidens worked along the riverside. And when she saw the ark among the reeds, she sent her maid to get it. And when she opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the baby wept. So she had compassion on him and said, "This is This is one of the Hebrews' children. Then his sister said to Pharaoh's daughter, shall I go and call a nurse for you from the Hebrew woman, that she may nurse the child for you? And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, go. So the maiden went and called the child's mother. The maiden went and called the child's mother. Then Pharaoh's daughter said to her, take this child away and nurse him for me, and I will give you your wages. So the woman took the child and nursed him. And the child grew, and she brought him to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. So she called his name Moses, saying, because I drew him out of the water. Now it came to pass in those days, when Moses was grown, that he went out to his brethren and looked at their burdens. And he saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew, one of his brethren. So he looked this way and that way, and when he saw no one, he killed the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. And when he went out the second day, behold, two Hebrew men were fighting, and he said to one who did the wrong, why are you striking your companion? Why are you striking your companion? Then he said, who made you a prince and a judge over us? Do you intend to kill me as you killed the Egyptian? So Moses feared and said, surely this thing is known. When Pharaoh heard of this matter, he sought to kill Moses. But Moses fled from the face of Pharaoh and dwelt in the land of Midian. And he sat down by a well. Now the priest of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came and drew water, and they filled the trough to water their father's flock. Then the shepherds came and drove them away, but Moses stood up and helped them and watered their flock. When they came to Reuel their father, he said, how is it that you have come so soon today? And they said, an Egyptian delivered us from the hands of the shepherds, and he also drew enough water for us and watered the flock. So he, the king, said to his daughters, he, the priest, said to his daughters, I repeat, so he said to his daughters, and where is he? Why is it that you have left him? You have left the man. Call him, that he may eat bread. Then Moses was content to live with the man, and he gave Zipporah, his daughter, to Moses. And she bore him a son. He called his name Gershom, for he said, I have been a stranger in a foreign land. Now it happened in the process of time that the king of Egypt died. Then the children of Israel groaned because of the bondage, and they cried out, And their cry came up to God because of the bondage. So God heard their groaning, and God remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. And God looked upon the children of Israel, and God acknowledged them. This is Exodus chapter 2. So next time we will look at chapter 3. Now, what do we learn from Exodus chapter 2? It's very important. Just like we said last time, about 2 weeks ago, when we went across Exodus chapter 1. We learned one thing from Exodus chapter 1 is that no matter how bad the situation look like, no matter how you have been threatened, always know that above everything, right is right and wrong is wrong. When Pharaoh the king has ordered the midwives to kill any male child born of the family of Hebrew, the midwives say, no, we fear the Lord, we can't do that. We are not going to murder children. They refused to do that. Pharaoh threatened them, and God rewarded them instead for not killing to serve the idea of the king. Also, when Pharaoh has asked people to kill their children, if you have a male child, if you are a Hebrew with a male child, you will kill. And if it is a female, they will save. Moses' woman has given birth to Moses. And so Moses' woman didn't want to kill Moses. So he arranged with the sister, like, let us build an ark and put Moses inside and let him to be afloat, to be floating in the water instead of just drowning him in water in the river. And so Moses was put in a little basket, and that could float, and allowed to, he was floating there. And then Moses' sister stood afar watching. But Pharaoh's daughter came to the ocean, to the water, to the river, and saw something like that and asked the Midian to bring it to her. They brought, and it was a beautiful baby inside. But she didn't know actually that the Midian, the sister that was watching, was actually Moses' mother's sister. Right, I want you to get this point clear. That's chapter 2 we are discussing now. This chapter 2 we are discussing. Exodus chapter 2. And so at that time now, when they opened the baby cried. And when the baby cried, Pharaoh's daughter had compassion. Pharaoh's daughter could feel, even though she knew this was the son born of a Hebrew family, because Pharaoh, her father, has commanded that every son born of the family of Hebrew should be thrown into the river. And so when she saw the son, she knew immediately that was the son of a Hebrew family. But then the son cried humanly, and she felt compassionate. She's like, this is a human being. She had her conscience from God. And like he said, God will judge each and everyone differently, and salvation is personal. And so she had her conscience to think and not act according to her father. But then the lady that was standing beside the river and watching was Moses' mother's sister. And so the sister proposed to the daughter of Pharaoh that since this son is born of a Hebrew family, is it not good for us for me to go and call a Hebrew woman to be taking care of the son of this child? And Pharaoh's daughter said, go and call for one. There is a magic in this chapter 2 of Exodus. Some people don't know, even though I read it. That lady that was watching the baby from afar, who came and proposed to call for a Hebrew woman, was the sister, was the auntie to the child. It's the sister of Moses' mother, the child's mother. But she was watching as if she's a stranger. And then she quickly proposed that Pharaoh's daughter should allow her to go and search for a Hebrew woman to come and be taking care of the child. Hallelujah. I want you people to understand how smart it is when you are filled to serve humanity. God gave him her a conscience immediately to propose that a Hebrew woman should be called. Since the child is a Hebrew, better to call for a Hebrew woman that they know that we are all like slaves. Hebrew women we are known as nannies. They were slaves. They take care of, clean their houses, and so on and so forth. And so the Egyptian cannot do such a job. Remember, Egyptians were the first class. They can't do such a job. And so Moses said, oh, go. In Pharaoh's palace, we are all Hebrew people working as slaves. Go and call for one. And then she went and called her sister. And her sister was the mother of the son. Hallelujah. People don't know this. If you don't explain very well, many people will read this chapter 2 and will not understand. Moses' sister, Moses' mother's sister, went and called for Moses' mother to become the nanny for Moses. But Pharaoh and Pharaoh's daughter did not know that it was Moses' mother that was called to become the nurse, the nanny for Moses. And so they brought her to live in the palace with Moses as the nanny, as a caretaker for Moses. But actually she is the biological mother of Moses. And so Moses, even though Moses grew up now taken care of by Pharaoh, by the king, by the king's daughter, blood is thicker than water. And so when Moses grew, he started, seeing his people suffering. The Hebrew people are suffering. So he started going to see them, his brethren. So he started hanging out more with the Hebrew people because he is Hebrew. And so he don't understand why his people are suffering. And one day Moses was going out to hang out with his people, the Hebrew people. And he saw an Egyptian, even though Egyptian raised him up. But he saw an Egyptian beating an Israelite, a Hebrew person. And Moses went there and he looked left and right to see if somebody was watching, and nobody was watching. Excuse. So Moses went there and beat that Egyptian person and killed him and buried him under the sand. Then the next day Moses was coming. Look, the same thing that's happening today. They killed General Ivan Ba. They want to kill big number. They went to Bui and killed more than 30. They went to Gusang Batibo, disarmed the ADF from the ADF, and caused an in-house fight again that killed all those guys that they have disarmed. Moses came the second day and saw a Hebrew person fighting with a Hebrew person. That means an Israelite fighting with an Israelite. And Moses came to them and said, shut up! How can you be beating your own companion? How can a slave be fighting a slave? How can you Hebrew people, you are all supposed to be together for one another, and you are fighting yourselves? And one of them shot Moses off and said, who gave you the authority to be the judge and the prince over us? Or you want to kill us like you killed another one the other day? Remember that Moses has looked left and right before killing to protect the God-given people. And so Moses was like, oh, hey, this is wonderful. So people knew. So people already know that I did this act. And Moses was very, very down. Oh, people have known. And subsequently, the message reached to Pharaoh the king that Moses killed an Egyptian. And Pharaoh now want to kill Moses. He sent for Moses to be killed. And Moses now ran and went to Midian. That's where Moses went and hid in Midian. And when he arrived in Midian, he sat beside the well. You know the well where people come to carry water from under the pit hole, the borehole. So he went and sat beside the well. And there's a priest there who has some 7 daughters, if I'm not mistaken. And that priest sent the daughters as usual to go and fetch water to water the flocks, the farm. And they are also shepherds. You know, when you carry water, have you ever discovered that even from where I come from in the village, wherever shepherds used to go and nurse their cows, where they used to go and allow cows to drink water, when you go there and you want to do irrigation without water, shepherd will come and fight with you, because if you take all the water and irrigate the farmland with, the cows or the animals will not have water to drink. And so every time, farmers are always fighting with shepherds. You have seen what they call farmer grazier conflicts in grassland. So you see farmers are fighting with shepherds, nomads, pastoral nomadists. Nomadists. They fight with farmers all the time because farmers want to work the same grass to make farm and crops. They want their animal to feed, and their farms is animals. So they fight all the time. And so when the priest's daughter go to fetch water to water the flocks, they always get driven by the shepherds. And so Moses was sitting beside the well and saw how the shepherd drove the ladies, the girls, Pharaoh's children, the priest's children. And Moses stood up and fight for them and help them to carry the water to fill the containers, and even help them also to water their flocks. Moses helped them. we have a story to learn from this. And when Moses helped them, they went home. And their father discovered that they came back home very early. And the father said, you came so early today. Yeah, they say yes, but we went there and the shepherd were driving us away. But we had a stranger who helped us and even helped us to carry the water and also helped us to water the flocks. That's why we came back home so early. And their father, the priest, said, then why you left the guy behind? Why you left him behind? You should have brought him. Go and take him here so he can also eat bread. And they went and brought Moses. And the father looked at how hardworking Moses was and decided to bless Moses with a beautiful queen. That's why the father took her daughter. The priest took her daughter, Zipporah. I think the name is like that, Zipporah. So they took her daughter and gave it to Moses. Zipporah. The daughter is called Zipporah. So they took that daughter, Zipporah, and gave to Moses as a wife. Moses now have something to put in his mouth. You understand? Very hardworking. You have reward, not only to eat bread. They gave him bread, but no sardine. They gave him bread to eat, and then they gave something for him to put in his 17 inches. You understand? You understand what I'm talking about here? So God reward him for being nice. Not only for being nice, Moses was rescued and given a house to stay. He didn't have a wife when he was in Egypt. They couldn't give him a wife. But then now in Midian, Moses has done so great and gotten a reward for doing great. God has protected him for protecting his people. And so Moses was given now a wife, the daughter of the priest. Because of his hard working, he was rewarded. Because of not trying to see wrong and allow wrong to happen, he stood up for the people, for the priest daughters that were being chased away by the shepherd. He stood up for them and helped even them to water the flocks. And Moses was rewarded. In this story, we learn that for everything we do, there's a reward. Whether you are doing it, and you don't need to do things for reward. Reward will come after you have done great. For every great things we do on earth, there's a reward. For every great things we do on earth, there is a reward. I kind of like to share my story sometime. When I used to live in Dubai, before when I arrived in Dubai, I was working in housekeeping. And there is an American woman, I didn't even know was an American woman. And I used to come to sometime I used to send the team members, the housekeepers, to go there and help. And sometimes when they go, they clean the apartment the way I didn't like. As a small supervisor, I didn't like the way they cleaned that apartment. And that woman was very generous. I would love her apartment to be cleaned very, very well and nice. And so sometimes I will go there and she's talking, she wants to make breakfast, say, oh, you work a lot, you need to eat something. And then I'll go there and then I'll start inside to clean the apartment to make it look nice. And then one day I go and see the brush. She brushed her head with the brush. And I started removing hairs from that brush. This American woman said, no, this is nasty. You cannot touch my hairs. It's nasty. Don't do that. No. She was very upset about it. And I turn around and I look at her and I say, now that I'm a chief housekeeper, as a supervisor, you are a chief cleaner. So I turned to her and said, now that I'm a chief cleaner, don't you not think that if I clean toilets, it means that you brush your hair is the most beautiful thing? Don't you not know that if I clean your toilet, and when I greet you, I embrace you, I touch the same hairs when they are in your head? What makes the hair, the same hair that when I embrace you, I touch, what makes you feel that because the hair is now in the brush, it's nasty? When you know I'm a chief cleaner, means that I can clean toilet more than anyone in the company. You can't be a supervisor if you cannot be a chief cleaner. That's my rationale. And she looked at me compassionately. And that is how we became good friends. Now, coming to America, where I don't have anyone that I knew, when I explained to them my situation, they thought I was going to be a burden. And none of my own friends or my own people related to me could give me a pass in America. No one. I reached out like 5 people and nobody. And so I said, water na water, niba na niba. I carry my flight, I come for America. I was a homeless person. I was a homeless person. I remember staying 4 days in New York as a homeless person. I had only $600 in my pocket, and that was all I had. I was scammed when I left Dubai, by the way. And so I had challenges, and so New York was cold. I had to look at where to run and go, and then I ran and went to other states in America. And guess what? All of a sudden I was like, I have the mobile number of this woman. I remember when this woman was leaving Dubai, she has asked me a question which I answered without even thinking. She asked me, what is your aspiration? I said, I want to come to the America. Eh? You know, we just laugh because coming to America is not like you just want to come to America and you go. I have no visa. I have never gone to US embassy to ask for a visa. But I said, I want to go to America. Sir. And we just laugh and say goodbye. And she missed us. She used to take care of everyone, all my friends. Buy pizza, buy a lot, buy Domino's, buy KFC. She was outstanding. So I discovered that I'm already in US. I have the number, mobile number for this woman. And she even stayed but in Las Vegas. I didn't even know that she stayed in the state which I was. And then guess what? After roaming around and moving in the airport, around airport exit, moving in the bus stations and sleeping in bus stations, I see a black man. I thought I've seen my brothers. I want to ask any question to the worst thing is to seek direction from your own black people in America. I'm telling you the truth. They always scared. They don't want. In America, sometimes information is hard to give information out because people take things very seriously. And so you don't know a strange person you see too, which I understand. And so anyone I ask for a street, like I want to ask if there's a hostel somewhere. I don't have a mobile number. I don't have a internet, so I don't know how to do. And I want to ask, is there a hostel somewhere where I can pay maybe $20, $30 a day, and then I try to see how I can settle. Since I have nobody. So there was no one. And then I discovered that I had the number of that woman. So in America, I saw they have like some how do I call it? This fixed phone. In America, there are fixed phones beside the street in the cities. And so I saw a fixed phone. I was like, oh, this is a fixed phone. I could put something inside and then I call somebody. Yeah. So I dialed the number, it passed. And I called and the woman answered. And I said, this is me. She was shocked. She was shocked. She couldn't believe. Took the car and she was in the same state where I was. Took the car. I remember that car was, I think, a Cadillac. A Cadillac, yes. Came immediately and saw me. Embraced me. Did not even ask whether I have visa or I don't have visa. Embraced me. And that is how I understand that helping somebody when he least expects help on earth is the greatest gift you can give to a human being. That is why I created a charity organization to thank this woman for that job. It's a Thanksgiving. I always explain that my charity organization is a Thanksgiving. Now we are in Liberation TV backed by my charity organization. For whatever the enemies do, I always laugh. My charity organization is well registered in the US. And so for whatever I do is backed. The Liberation TV is backed. It's under it. That's my humanitarian work. Speech, talking, helping people, doing works. You understand? That's what is called a real chairman or a real CEO. It's in that way for the people. I have to thank her that way because this woman never expect me to pay her back. After she used to take care of me in Dubai and then now in America, she offered sudden. And she had also her own struggle. She had also a lot going on in her life. But she still offered some help to a strange person. Despite everything that happened to her and me, we break through. She's waxing. She's amazing today. She is waxing today as we are talking. She's amazing. Every day I check on her and see she's amazing. God has a breakthrough for her too. She left from like this to that to up there. And so too is me today. The people who didn't want to help me when I came to America and asked, please can you give me your balcony to sleep? Today they cannot match my where I stand. Some of them have been renting. And some of them are still renting today. But some of us are not owning even one on there. But they refused. 7 years ago, I know people who refuse to offer me where to stay. But today, they are still renting. I'm not renting. God has blessed each and every son who speak the truth and stand for the truth. That's what I'm telling you today. Because of that gesture, where I went to clean the brush of I didn't even know that some people could perceive that as nasty to touch the hairs and remove the hairs. I said, no, if I could clean your toilet, what about this? I'm cleaning so tomorrow you have a good brush to use. And that's how it started. And so you get reward for every good things you do on earth. That is what I'm saying. The Egyptian women who refused to kill the male children got reward from God. God rewarded them. Moses' woman know that they have asked them to drown their children. She decided to say, well, let me try. Let me put him in a basket and put in water, which will make him not to sink. Maybe something will happen. And she did. And guess what? Pharaoh's daughter saw the child, and the child was so beautiful and loved, and then called for a Hebrew woman to come and take care of. And they went and called again, but Moses' mother to come and take care of Moses. How amazing is this? How amazing is this? When somebody asks you to kill your brother on the ground and you go to kill, how have you thought? Have we become again like Pharaoh, who was asking people to kill the Egyptians? Now you sit abroad and you claim you are landed, but you call your own brothers and sisters to go and kill themselves instead of the enemy that we have. When Moses saw the Egyptian people fighting to kill a Hebrew person, he went and killed Egyptian because the enemy. When he saw his brothers fighting to kill themselves, Moses wept and said, how can slaves be fighting slaves? Can we learn from this story? It's not only about the Bible. Forget about I read it from the Bible. But what can we learn from here? Somebody asked me what kind of good friend. What you know American when they talk about friends, especially somebody with 17 like me. No! This is the problem here. Lucia, Achu, read Exodus chapter 2 again and again. People have never known this very well. Moses' sister, she was Moses' sister. Oh, I see what you are talking about. Well, I stand to be corrected. But what I want people to understand is that the person who was called to take care of Moses is Moses' person. It is Moses' person, Moses' family member, Moses' family that was called to take care of Moses indirectly. But the king did not know. They did not know that was related to Moses in any way. So I stand to be corrected in that way. I hope that we understand this very well. I don't want to give false information. I don't want to give anything that's false. And his sister stood off. Okay. But when she could no longer hide him, she took an out of the bulrushes from him, dipped it with asphalt and pitch, and put the child in it and led it to the reach of the river banks. And his sister stood after off to know what would be done to him. Then the daughter of Pharaoh came down to bathe in the river, and came down the battle of the river, and her maidens worked out the riverside. And when she saw the act among the reeds, and she sent her maids to get it. And then upon desire saw the child, and bottled and baby wept. She had compassion, and she took the Hebrew children. Then his sister said to Pharaoh's daughter. Then Moses' sister said to Pharaoh's daughter, shall I go and call a nurse for you from the Hebrew women? Then she might nurse the woman. And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, go. So the Midian went and called the child's mother. Then Pharaoh's daughter said to her, take this child away and nurse him for me. I hope that we are all on the same page. It was Moses' mother that actually took care of Moses as a nurse, as a nanny. The person that was standing and watching a long distance, yes, was Moses' sister. That point corrected. That was Moses' sister that was standing and watching. And watching and watching. And so, when they came, Moses' sister came and proposed to Pharaoh's daughter. Now that Moses' sister have seen that Pharaoh's daughter has gotten Moses, she ran there now and proposed, since it's a Hebrew son, let us look for a Hebrew woman to take care of. and they went and looked Moses' mother to come and take care of Moses. That is the irony in that chapter. I hope that is clear, Lucien. I hope that we are clear in that one. Thank you so much for that correction. Thank you. I appreciate it. So I hope that we are clear in that one. So that was Moses' sister that went and looked for a nanny, and the nanny they brought was Moses' mother to take care of Moses. So it was still the mother that took care of Moses. Thank you for that correction, because that is something that needs to be corrected. God bless you. Thank you. So the bottom line is that Moses' mother ended up taking care of Moses. Right. And he did well, and he was blessed with a wife. And so this Exodus is actually very, very beautiful to know. So when we will be reading Exodus from time to time, and because we are in the same transition, you understand? We are in the same transition. And one time, you know how Moses took them out, the Red Sea opened, all those things. So we will read, the story is very, very nice, so that we all can understand and learn from it. And I'm interested in the moral part of it. The moral part is that good is good, bad is bad. No matter whatever we do, you know that when you do good, there's reward. Look at all the activists of Skakuf. They are all disappeared today. Have you seen Thierry Apompo? No. Have you seen Kuku da Bling, or how you call Kukumba? Bling? No. Emma Larry? No. Loren Mona? No. Jifa Koti? No. Montana Roland? No. Even the almighty Atajon. When we reveal who Atajon was, this guy left and ran away. Some of them, like Thierry Apompo, we saw them in Yaoundé. We saw also Emma Larry, in Yaoundé too. The short big one. We saw in Yaoundé. So you can see these things. Nambere that the world projected at that time was Nambere their lord. He's calling Paul Biya today as Papa. The same Nambere they used to kill General Ivo. The same Nambere they used to cause confusion in Gusang and Batibo. Today he's calling Paul Biya as Papa. And so we are learning from this. No matter how bitter the truth is, please don't serve human beings. Serve your salvation. God reward everyone who do good. Don't worry how it is going to be. Look, let me tell you, like I've said, the story of my son. I have a son. My son is, today is the month of September. So my son is 12 years and 8 months. 12 years and 8 months. You understand what my 17 inches has done some 12 years ago? You understand? No woman could resist that. I understand. Those are my own crimes and my own sins. My sins are that God has given me something that no woman could resist. Something that everyone was fighting for it. People who know me, you understand. Every woman, every girl. That time I was even at the age of 18, I think. And no one could resist. They are fighting for it. They enjoy it. They go and tell their friends. Their friends come, enjoy, they go tell. You understand? It was like a community. You understand? I am not ashamed to say this. It was like a community. You understand? 17 inches coming for the community. Because you enjoy it. You tell your friend height too to come and enjoy from your back. That's what I discovered. Girls like this, I don't know how they are. You come enjoy something is good, you tell your friend. Your friend hide behind you and come and enjoy it. You see, that's why I ended up sleeping and losing my mind inside some wonderful, beautiful one, you know. So beautiful one. That's why my son is very, very, very handsome. Because the way the child is determined how the mother was. If the mother was not handsome, the child will look like an animal. You understand? The child will look like a monkey. You understand? When you see a child of a man, I'm not that so cute though. I'm not that so cute. But my son is so cute and handsome than I am. Even though I know I'm a shit too. I know I'm a shit. I know. You understand? Nobody say I know this one. I know. Understand? This one being young boy too, some kind way. But my son is young boy more than I am. You understand? That means the mother was also a young lady. I hope you understand this. People advise me, can you just abort? Go and cause abortion. I say, no. You have committed already a sin against God. If I am a Christian, it says that we should not sleep with anybody if you have not yet married. Now I have committed my sin to sleep with, because God, the same God gave me 17 inches. And now every woman is just seducing me now like the king in the Bible. Like King David in the Bible now with 700 women and 300 concubines, King Solomon. Now I am not like a king in the Bible, but I know that maybe God will forgive me like he forgive his king, I don't know. But either ways, I have the blood of King David, King Solomon, and so on and so forth. It's not my fault. Oh, God created me that way. So by the way, so people advise me, go and cause abortion. Go and cause abortion. I said to myself, I have already committed crime as a Catholic person. You have committed crime. You sleep with a girl, you are not married. Now, if you commit abortion, it's even called killing. That is killing. That is a mortal sin that separates man and God. That's what I knew. In the mission school, come on. I knew that's a mortal and is worse 100 times than a crime of sleeping with a woman and having a baby. And so what happened? Just like the story of Moses. Have you heard the father of Moses? No. It means that maybe Moses' mother was even maybe a single woman. Maybe. You have not heard the father of Moses mentioned in any story here. And so, for that reason, I said, no, I'm not going to cause any abortion. Today, my son, I think my son could be the pillar of his family. Eh? I think so. I think so. Yes. My son could be the pillar of the family. You see, so sometimes mistakes do happen, but the way we conduct ourselves around mistakes determines the end. I repeat, mistakes happen in life, but the way we conduct ourselves around mistakes determine the future. Now, look at today. I am caught up traveling from one country to another, and I don't have time for permanent girlfriends. My canals don't have time to settle. You know, they run behind it quite right, but I have a focus. I have a vision. Now I'm fighting for Amazonia to be free. I don't have time to be. If I have a little thing beside me, you think I'm going to be live 2 hours, 3 hours? The maximum I could do to come live is 1 hour or 30 minutes. This is a fact. When you see leaders like Dr. Cho Ayaba live for 2 hours, respect them. These are people that are married men. There are few married men that can leave their wife and children and go live for 2 hours. That's why I always said Dr. Cho Ayaba is outstanding. Going to TV interviews and traveling, leaving his wife behind, is not easy. How many of you can have such a beautiful woman? We know our first lady is a beautiful woman. You know that it's a fact. It's a fact. Beautiful woman that you don't even want to blink your eye away from, even though they say don't blink from the revolution. You understand? He blinked from the wife and then don't blink for the revolution. And so, if I had not had my child today, I might have been frustrated. Eh? The issue of that child made me to be stable, to work, to have focus, to be stable, to have vision. Because now I'm not looking like desperately looking for a child. I have one already. The 17 inches have a replica already, and I think I think this guy, the way he's on the 12 and something years old. I already see him with 14 inches. This guy, by the time he reaches like me, I think he's gonna be 22 or 25 inches. I have been told about 3 ladies, small lady running behind him already at the age of 12. You can understand? He's 12, but I see some girl at the age of 14 running behind my son. Because my son has the giant, you understand? He take the gene of his father, and God has blessed even more because his father is fighting to free the people. And God is blessing more too to my son too. So for everything you do, there is reward. One of my reward is that God is blessing my son to have not only 20, not only 17. God is giving him 22 inches. But because of the hard work of his father. So that one, you understand here, this joke is very nice and honest. Very intelligent too, as it is. More than the father. His gene has, you know, I clone very well. Because it enter very well. When picking enter very well. They like cassava. When cassava enter for ground very well. That's why the fat come. And the picking be enter well. No be that one where you go just through am not through am for corner. You understand? Yeah. Ogini for those you just go, some people they where the one just enter they just through way. How picking no go come out there like say na monkey or good. But when the picking enter correct, they warm. It no touch air for outside. It go for inside play where God make them. Where air never touch them. Picking go come where they well. They like incubator when picking they born picking where they premature they put for incubator where air no the enter. You know see how picking they grow very fast and come out very immediately. Some of una don't go so as one go for inside you just leave picking so how picking go come out be healthy. That one I don't talk for today. Me wanna hear. That one is a food for thought for when they hear. So when they hear they see when they crack when they laugh. So when I welcome to Liberation TV, thank una plenty. So my story is to tell you that if you support thieves because you thought thieves were doing the right thing, and thieves prove to you that what they were doing was so bad, like I did when I had slept with the girlfriend and she became pregnant. I had now to look at the What is the most rational way? Abortion? No. It's a crime. Keep the child and then my name will be dragged. I remember, I'm so proud. I told the girl that they will call my name everywhere. This guy who wanted to become a priest. Can you imagine? This guy who wanted to become a priest now because God has given him this uncle way, not this sleep. It make me not go for priest school. I for that priest, I for be father today. Now why do I love to preach? Because I could have been a priest today. Hey, understand? This man where won't be prisoner, so this tonton don't make him to the get to where they look me to, not the blink eye. Like if he blame me, I say get to the look me no blame. So I said, well, they are going to call my name because people like us that have served mass boys, always mass boys, you know, in the altar, helping priests in the church. People are going to call my name everywhere. I don't care. They are going to call my name. But what will happen? They will only call my name. And they will say it behind me. Only few of them will talk in front of me like one discipline mistress who was giving me a hard time in school. And one day I tell her, you want me to give you one? Why are you every time in the class, you are talking about my chieftaincy? What has my chieftaincy done to you? You want it? And then she take me to the staff quarters. They went for a staff meeting and I told the Reverend Father, I pay a fee so. I pay a fee so. This woman want to ask me how I do with my private part. What concern her? Maybe she wanted it. That's why I asked her. Maybe she wanted it. I give it to her if she wants. Then she went mad. And it was a discipline mistress. Hi, Father, the principal just tell me to, young man, can you get out from this office and go to class? That was it. That was a dismissal. Father just dismissed the case like that. If I don't do what I don't do. I say, Father, my crime is that I didn't commit abortion. That's why this woman is giving me a hard time. Father, if I had committed abortion, maybe this woman will die, and maybe I will go and hang and die, and then 3 people have died. Now, this is what this woman thought is teaching me that I should have done. When I said that, Father was so mad, and Father was like, young man, can you just go to class? Father dismissed the case because I used my own politics. I said, look, this woman is constantly calling me and making me feel bad that the decision I made after I commit my sin to not do abortion was a wrong decision. And so I should have done that and no one will ever know, and then I will be a good man on the face of this woman. But she's making me feel like that's the wrong decision I did. If you are a principal and you are a priest, how can you judge me when I have said this? I knew I did bad, yes, but should I have done abortion, Father? To cover the sin so no one can ever see it? Father just dismissed me to go. So all una wanna day here. You there for institution that thief money, you there quiet. You know if you talk true. You there for institution, you the one destroy Tapang Ivo, destroy Mark Barretta for Sika my trip to Boya. They come thief him. You know if you call them out. You are worse than them. Thief. If you support something because you think it's great and it is not giving you the result, you have to call it out. Like now, when we say we want to prop our own official members, what do you think we are doing? Because we have had result from other people, result, and then we want to some others result and then bring the report card out. Because we cannot afford to lose any vanguard. We cannot afford to lose any people, members of Dr. Chua Ayaba, because of some people. No, never. When the people close to our leaders come and bring the result, like I don't talk. All the members bring the report of other people. Bring it them all. Bring it. We will sum it all and we will see how, if those people don't change, then they will understand that vanguard is not on the Atangaism. It's not surrogacy. So don't be afraid. Bring it to me. I am the bullet man. I take it for you. You will not even be disclosed out. I will sum everything statistically as it is. We will compute it here like data science and have the draft and everything. How it affects the leadership. We will draw the pie chart and the draft and everything. Show it to leadership like data science. So you can see these things. We have put it forward for you to see if it affects you or not. That is what we have to do. And if we will take bullets again like other people wanted to kill me in Bui, I'm ready for that. But before you plan it spiritually, I'm aware. What can you do to a spiritually endowed person? Cameroon cannot do, so you cannot do that. So I want to thank all you people. Continue to do good from the book of Exodus we read today, Exodus chapter 2. Do good because you will always have rewards. Chapter 1, the same thing happened. Do good because you have rewards. A succulent woman was given to Moses. Great reward for helping a stranger. And you see in the book of the Genesis, the story of Abraham. Why God gave Abraham a son Isaac. The woman Sarah at the age of 75, already above menopause, could not make a child. Why? Because Sarah and Abraham decided to help the strangers. Little did they know that they were God's angel. They emptied whatever they have in their house and cooked for them to eat, and they were just strangers. And God decided to endow them, to bless them with the fruit of the womb. They had already forgotten about ever having a child. I don't even know why Abraham was still doing this thing. You understand? You know go get picking. Why is he do? And I said this thing 2 days. So how then Mama be mommy? Ogini. Mommy is 75 years, but Mommy is in Nanka. Sorry. We can't talk this here, okay? So yeah. Anyways, God might have made them to understand. Virgin Mary, when the Virgin Mary want to come out Jesus Christ, you don't think that Joseph will do this thing. Now mysterious way where God come just put that inside. Ogini, sorry, light is in my eye. That's why my eyes are a little bit close because of light. I have some bright lights here that is my eye. That's why you always see me sometimes with the shades. I don't have the shades. The shades are in the car. They're in the car. So that's why I'm covering my eye. It's light, guys. It's light. TV has a lot of light. You understand? So Ogini, so you understand? Say all this thing where they so Satan come touch. I'm too God vex. Say Satan, why you come touch? Wait, where I don't produce for the Garden of Eden. Satan, you must continue to walk like a snake. Make the burn you left and right. Ogini. Now you where I didn't go answer go one chop. We are money. How God no go slap up? Can't chop where God don't say you no go the chop, so he got the chop. God go come release up. Anyways, we are keeping it real. This Liberation TV. We want to thank one great person. Think they know the worker fine, but the man he don't talk well. The man talk well. As the man talk well, everything worker fine. And so make I see where the man there before we thank him. Make we thank the person. Before one go there, me will pray this samba, dance, and then we go for the next chapter. Before we go, we want to thank Lucia Achu for the corrections, for the scriptural correction. Thank you so much. Because too, I need to accept when people correct me where I made mistake. Because this thing there's no be one man get and now all of you. And so if I go emotional sometime, you know say you need to fire me up. So as nowadays, so thank you so much for the scriptural correction, Lucia Achu. Thank you. God bless you. These are people that we have to value in society. When you are drowning, somebody need to tell you that, hey, listen, there's a mistake. Oh, no drown. Oh, no drown. Oh, there's a mistake. And so all those people who go and count the Bible as there's 1 to 9. Can I hear hallelujah? Amen. 1 to 9. Only 1 to 9. What type of gospel preaching is that? I don't even know. Upon this big book for where you feel preach anything from there, even one line, you go to preach now 1 to 9. Chai! The pics are wonderful. Oh, chai. Anyways, I want to thank Shiko Johnson. Shiko Johnson, where I been talking about before, when they fight Dr. Chua Yaba, say, no, Shiko, no. You know they understand. God never ordained you. You know they understand this program. So Jesus Christ being decayed by the people where he come for liberate, they kill them. The same thing they happen for the struggle. Shiko say, Nasako be good people. For scarf, they want bring only Chris Ano for scarf to come and chair meeting. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Shiko Johnson finally discovered that they were killing his own brothers and sisters in Batibo, in Mogamo, because of Chris Ano's fight against Seseku, because of all these things. Shiko Johnson decide for watch your hands, come out clean. When I watch him, now you that for screen. No, we made it talk him. Shiko Johnson, now you that the watch. When I see him, now you that. Thank you, Shiko. When I clap hand for Shiko, when I share him for Isabi, when I share them for make other people make them talk true for their community. From the time Shiko spoke like this, the Vanguard had a clear way. When the Vanguard got this confession, took it out, Mogamo and Batibo became very clean than ever before. That's why some of you have not heard the problems of Irene Ngwa and that is Fabian from Mickey. All that their thing where they do, whether Irene, whatever they are doing is stopped. Thank you, Shiko Johnson. Wanna share them for Isabi, please. Everyone share to encourage him.
I hold it for my conscience for tell the Amazonian people today. Say, When I know when Secretary Chris Ano be resigned, this is the crook of the matter. When he be resigned, because of the problem with APNC, a situation happened. And if any man argue me, I go show you with proofs of videos, audios. When Chris Ano resigned, I tried to find out what happened. That one passed. Suddenly, I received a call from my sister, Madam Ngwa Irene. He asked Joshua Carr for line. And he tell me, say, we need to do something now because APNC go hold. Mr. Siseko, he don't need talk. He want control IG. He want controlling them. We don't finish. We don't finish. We go lost power. We need to do something now. I say, so wait till we go do. Say, you need to do something. Wait, I need to bring up some story. I need to bring up some story for frame me up. I said, which kind of story? Joshua Carr was on the line. He said, we get to create them now to make the media know, say, he hold meeting from prison. And so if he hold Zoom meetings on prison and he control the people outside, La Republic government, they know the authorized phones or communication outside, they go send him for solitary confinement. When they send him for solitary confinement, that will be all, and they go walk without any rivalry. Joshua Carr was very excited for go do that. Make he go try to argue me. Make I prove him. I don't be quiet for a long time. I tell you, say, Maggie put Chris Ano on the line. He had Chris Ano. And I advise him. I hold it for my conscience for tell the Ambazonian people today. Say, when I know when Secretary Chris Ano be resigned, this is the crook of the matter. When he be resigned, because of the problem with APNC, a situation happened. And if any man argue me, I go show you with proofs of videos, audios. When Chris Ano resigned, I tried to find out what happened. That one passed. Suddenly, I received a call from my sister, Madam Ngwa Irene. He asked Joshua Carr for line. And he tell me, say, we need to do something now because APNC go hold. Mr. Siseko.
Success. Come to me, my child. Come to me, try me. I'll never let you down. I'll fight for you.
We say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all your effort. Oh, we say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all your effort. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all your effort. Oh, we love you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all your effort. God will bless you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all your effort. Oh, we say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all your effort. Oh, God will bless you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all your effort. Wish you my blessing. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all your effort. Oh, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all your effort. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all thank you for all your efforts. Oh, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all your efforts. We say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all your efforts.
I want to thank each and everyone that endeavors to reach out to our people, to help our people, because there's more joy down there when you go there. If you have not gone down there to help our people, you will not understand how some of us come out and we start to say, only the truth, only the truth, only truth and nothing but truth. Why some of us come and hold our leaders on the truth, on the leaders. No fake people close to leadership, because we know what our people are going through. And so if you have not gone on the ground there, especially in 2020, please try to go. And if you are not going, try to follow up with some people who goes there and tell you the truth. Listen, and even if you want to listen to activists, look at the activists that go on the ground. They are different. Activists that do go on the ground in this struggle, like the Capote Daniel, I myself, they are different. I want to tell you the truth. Listen to activists that go on the ground when it comes to talking the truth. You will see the condition in which our people are living, and you come and you want to talk on the politics for groups. No! Capote Daniel even say it several times that the idea of IG that Seseko brought was bad. Capote Daniel have said it many times. Why? Because he goes there and see how our people are suffering. Capote Daniel is one of the people that had also a charity organization helping to give him even a company. He has a construction company helping the people. He employ Amazonian people to work for that construction company. Capote Daniel had a charity organization too. These are people, when you see, you have to know who these people are before the struggle and what they are in their real life. Look at how lovely it is to go on the ground. I want to thank Mama Amazonia too for the great job that she does. And so we will let us listen to how they celebrated their 22nd September, despite everything that was going on. Watch your screen, my people. Okay, I discovered that there's no volume. I discovered that volume is not coming, and so I decide to give you the volume. Sorry for that technical fault, but that's exactly what is going on. Look, watch your screen and see that. There you go. Boom. Okay. As we don't come back, some kind thing too don't happen for La Republic yesterday. Where they come talk say they want go protest. La Republic come talk say they want go protest. Now you come to and you people don't come. I tell Amazon people, we no prioritize them. We no even talk about them because one make it that I say now we the do am. All man a listener. All man a listener. So one bring the except from that what will happen for La Republic. Show how discrimination, how a day. Their own people want protest, now police themselves day for corner them. But guess what happened? Even when police there with them, they don't even get any heart. They don't get heart. Knife, they don't get. Machete, they don't get. Nothing, they don't get. Not even a stick at the ground, they get. No popcorn. All the bus people where they don't collect, even come to where they don't collect more than 250 million. Zero. Nothing has he done with it. Nothing. Come to self, where you come talk. They say, where president there? President don't come out. President there, they hide and hide. Now he come talk, say, now only house arrest, where come there. Now here when the people come for the street, now so then they La Republic yesterday. Welcome talk so. People when they don't know they go know today. Because they talk about today. Talk about today. Now here La Republic people don't go out for the street. They're there for the street. Oha. So me when I just know. They come up for the street, so say they want change country. They want take over HUD. Say for be where they HUD, so they will come who ye, not ye. Then they go, she don't come to for it to the palace. That one are foreign news. No concern me. It concern me. It no concern anyone. And you will come. Say come to president. No, come to our president. Come to our president. Come to our president. Come to our president. No, sometimes one come. Yeah, Ichachuku. Now he's in Gong dog. They put their own. They put their chair for under them. Then I say president one come before when they call him say. Fran before. We want come Gunguma when a man of go where God don't say and say me can't take Cameroon from the hands of that Satan. Poor beer. They put tear gas, chachuku, now so the man come out. Leave private home jeep, now he climb na bike, basically. Had the one check where president day, president, he don't disappear. Now he come to say no come for street like Franklin D for pass away want to be president. He at least he come, he be president at least for your congregation. Where come the salute am so where they on top home jeep. Come to say no show face outside. Now he say people don't come so surrogate they come out. Now it is where they want to talk. Man we don't know watch am now it is for screen. What I want to come, people no go no. As they come out, they say Paul Biya do a party. Say Paul Biya, we don't win you a to now come to Koshidon today. Now you come to don't hide for some side to the wet. When all the people, you think say as Ambazonia people will come up for 22nd September, say I be good politician now, I go just use that opportunity. I take come, I can win. Some of we will talk so we understand politics there. Say one share man. You understand? Say na foreign news. Say as Ambazonia people say who be Ayuk say Kutabi for call people then come out in millions. Say ye we don't win election for Cameroon, go fit call everyone come out. Not even all MRC members them come out. They no be even all MRC. They say, we know the honor people. We are no more afraid. Kill we, we are no more afraid. They will do the worker. La Republic them no use bullets as they use for Ambazonia for them. They no use bullets. Yesterday where like way for Amba they know the protest, but then kill 20. I don't see on BBC the report, CNN too don't the report. I see I'm reading for BBC. They come carry video for Bamenda for 2017. Come they put something on Yaoundé for 6 relevant for come to. I come see that woman will get head like say Kokono head like say na maybe move for Takundu. That maybe move for Takundu. So now evil woman. She know that all these journalist people that Satan them all. But they be journalists, they come on of school for Usai, Cameroon. Person go fee go come for school of mass communication for La Republic. How you think say ye political mannerism go fee remember mannerism for Ambazonia? Una take God, una chop Christmas. Take una eye, una chop Christmas. How person will graduate under Cameroon mass communication system where it be an oppressive mass communication system for work. All they say they go work for CRTV one day. So they train them how they go work for CRTV. How they go talk like Josh Ewani, where he come talk every time talk say for there. Na good Satan. Well, I don't watch Josh Ewani report. I say Josh Ewani, you are say doctor. You know say you doctor. These are doctor thing where you get so I don't know where you go pick doctor for. I say na Anglophone man, we need for free na slave. You don't know what is where they. Na so we dey. And so Francophone and common, we know the fear. Common Icha Chukup when are gone, when no be gone. Common Icha Chukup, Cameroon country where take gas. When I come see, now see the car which way come happen. On a pas plus peur, we know the fear again. They threw away tear gas. Icha Chukup, oh man, now for bush, when I see, when I watch it. On a reçu. And they see the signal. Thing where one killer, they sing anthem. Et laisse à tout le monde. Ça fait quoi? Vous allez chanter ça. Chanter le Cameroun sur des notes un symbole dans des fois est unitaire, qui est des enfants d'unitaire. Vous allez chanter ça jusqu'à quelle heure? C'est même là, c'est ça même qui vous a donné ce qu'on appelle le malaise. Regarde le pays là, avec l'inondation. Vous avez encore le corps pour chanter une autre. Et tiens, tu coupes. Moi, mon fils, on décolle comme moi. Hey, in ta bouche. Why do you want to throw water for people in the house? To the place of Boya. But I don't see discrimination. This is to tell people who are watching me say, Amber, you no be friend for these people. You no even be friends for these people. Suppose we just go, you not go. Amber, these people no be your friend. They are not your friend. They are not. When are you own people, your own picking for you so boy commode? They take all this chemical water, they do water ram. For la Republic, they water, they work and not even to wear. See small tear gas where they come put for Bamenda, they don't put tear gas for 2 days where they for we street. Now I said them gong dog them too, then come small one tear gas. Gong dog them put their tear for back. Come to no even show say for outside. Come cry say na house arrest. We house arrest. You will plan them how? Say house arrest. We can house arrest. Seek relevance. Useless leader. Think for do I'm so make La Republic carry all military for Amber go me would declare Amber zone are free. You come the one make a me vex. Think for make Cameroon go come take all military one time go time for Cameroon. Maybe we come put our flag say country is free. You know Sabi's na strategy. You can't rely for a francophone at all. Amber, we cannot rely anything for francophone again. This Kunyam no understand say some of we would they get big book for struggle. Would when I say make it escalate for that side, then we go just come put flag. Then and president go image for ground zero say we no care. It's come to don't come so we na man to we no get canas. No get canas at all. Now why the way La Republic be free and because they know say the man no get canas. If the man be a strong man so they no go free. You understand? No get canas at all. So but we now the way say we go just put flag for up. You understand? What they are talking now don't make sense for now. If Cameroon go for all for fire, for flame, we go put flag for Amber very easily. You understand? So sometimes so you have to use to you understand? That's called qui pro quo. Qui pro quo means say you understand? You go feel you give, you take. I hope so now understand this very well. You give, you take. Some when they want to do national army as I ask Kakuf how market citizen levy how market Mark Barretta come pull your credit card cry After Mark Barretta don't put his credit card, he cries. Sorry, my brother. I call Mark the cry, and I cry. I call Mark the cry. I call Mark the cry. I say, Mark, why are you crying now, brother? Let it go. Go apologize to your people one time, may they forgive you. I thank God say Mark Barretta listen to that advice. The man no they ever listen, nobody come listen up. Now Mark Barretta come out apologize. She could Justin come apologize. Even baby journalists come apologize. Then I tell you, then I say spiritually, I tell him to fight the Sako that he created. So egos is Mandela's. It's not your business to fight Sako anymore. We have turned the people who created Sako to fight Sako. Concentrate with your leadership. What I want to see from all Vanguard is Dr. Cho, ADF, this is why we have Secretary of State, VP. Talk only about what DDC is talking, what Capo Daniel, Amazing, Tapangaivo, what all of them are talking. That's what you should be cared about. What you should be talking about. Don't seek anything about pig. What are Kunyam? You can delegate yourself to talk about Kunyam and Yam Focus. Kunyams. You understand? Kunyam for my darling na pig. You understand? You can put N before. Kunyam. Make it sound like say Nkun. Kun na tell. Kun na tell. So Kunyam. Now say animal we get. You understand that can't tell where pig get. Understand? Good and fine. Hope that we are understanding very well this situation. The choses arrivent, mais question du temps. So at time when I plan to well, I understand this. Na yesterday. Na where this thing don't happen for yesterday. As yesterday come be, so they come catch some of the Maurice Kamto followers. What will La Republic do for them? As La Republic don't catch them. La Republic say, if you know, say Paul Biya, if you know come say Paul Biya na president, they no go leave you. They want a fun time. Comedy for La Republic. Paul Biya in military catch MRC, Maurice Kamto Yifan, wait, sorry, get where they outside. The only way for freedom now say you have to sing the song Paul Biya, notre president, il est to you, bell. Sing that Paul Biya is a beautiful president, always young. Now you wait force them for sing the song. Now you say Kutu, say some Kutu love one die. Some Kutu laugh so they one die say ha this one where they force them for sing that Paul Biya so how you go there? You carry a no see how. Ogini man we no go no. Now La Republic this for you. You come catch people their own the opposite politician. You catch other politician your own party member. You force them make a sing that Paul Biya is not a president. You can't force them to sing now Paul Biya. What do you think they said now? They say download. Where's the download? Where that thing there? Where did they come to sing Paul Biya? They say Paul Biya is not a president. Okay, president? Shumbu. Who is that? Hello. Voila. Say Paul Biya not a president. Okay, not a president. Alors que vous sommes là-bas au bout. On a aussi un, Naïdis.
Paul Biya, notre président.
Chai. Even Tafo terrorists, they laugh. After they don't give them sukundus. They ask them for sing say Paul Biya their president no only no be Maurice Kamto. After them give them sukundus, they sing the same they clap hand again. Make it like say they be happy for singer. They think pass Kutu power. Kutu say wonderful. When I come see the kind of humiliation, and when they come so some people they laugh. The same thing when I want to do for ADF soldier. If you go to kidnap ADF soldier, say he must come denounce Dr. Cho Ayaba for cause Sako name. Are you different from these Ekelebe people? In fact, these Ekelebe people say they arrest these MRC people, no kill them. You come for Bui, you kill ADF soldier for Bui. Go for Gusang, you kill them. Go for everywhere, you kill them. Libya LM, you kill them. Fako, you kill them. You come think say you correct, and someone wanna go to love this. When you support that everything in Amazon must come under your Instagram group or how you call it, I don't know, Ashawari Republic. And then you will look like Republic and laugh CPDM that want everything to sing under Paul Biya as president. When the same thing some of you are doing in this struggle. You see, That's why some people will not progress, no matter how many years you stay outside. Some of you will lies are on every day. No matter how many years you stay out abroad, water, even if you put candle no go shine. Some of you, no matter how many years you have stayed abroad, if you put candle, so even they use now big flame for light that candle no go shine. Because some of you so kind mentality, wanna get past full mentality, or with the fight for sovereignty, say everyone must coexist. With the ask even enemies say we need two to exist. You yourself don't want anyone even for inside your land to exist. See, some of people so will die before time. God go punish some of people. You go work certain work, you don't go see any salary because money won't come. You don't be in debt. Why? Because you yourself, you get ego. You yourself very ungrateful. You are also a colonial master. Have you ever seen ADF saying that somebody must come under it? When we hear any ADF person say some people we vex. ADF is not soliciting for any members. They don't solicit. It's just like Vanguard. The Mandelas are always open. Their doors are open because they are for people. And you take yourself, come. Mandela know the campaign, say, come join me, come join me. No. Some people have asked even to come under Mandela's. I have asked Mandela leadership and if they have reached out to these people. I don't know if they have reached out. Because Mandela leadership is not always looking for like, oh, we need to have members. No. Not be so they think they. Not be so they think they. You need to solicit. And when you want to join, not be say you want to join today, you will just come into Mandela. So, no. You need to prepare your mind, say you want to be a Mandela. Take yourself, come. Because now so all the people with Mandela, they did because they take another time they come. And I like that idea too for AGOVs, and so the thing there for ADF. You take yourself, in fact, some group they for Ground Zero, and no counter. They won't be ADF for more than 2 years now. They have not qualified yet. Nobody say you come call ADF, we will just come carry you. Now that's why we don't want anyone in ADF to even mention the name of other soldier where no they under we officially. Period. That's how we are. And if somebody mention it, we ourselves we always ridicule the person. And we don't care how you are. That's how we are. We are real. Some people are very angry that AGOVC has Vanguard that speak the truth. But the same Vanguard we are talking to you when you were clapping hands for pastors. Vanguard, we are one-man commando. Telling you that this thing is not going, you are clapping hands for thief, it's not going, they are going to kill General Ivo, it's not good, they are going to kill ADF force, it's not good. When we were one-man commandos, we are talking to you even more than Dr. Chua. It was always about IG, and everyone was criticizing about the IG. No, IG no good, or IG this is no good. And that's why IG was alive, because we were criticizing it every day. By the time you push us to the wall by killing other people's forces like ADF forces, and we took ourselves to ADF, we did not only take ourselves, we make sure that we take all good activists, all good citizens with us. I might have had thousands of followers, but I took the good ones and left the bad ones. Those who didn't come with me are the bad ones. That's why Mandela's, the Vanguards, when a cafe day up, I can die for you people. We can eat kui from the same spoon, from the same pot. We go chunk kui. So I cut them for your mouth, I cut for my mouth. But some people, even at jollof rice with long spoon, I cannot eat with them. The time of Skakuf is when I knew people like Nagela Gillis. During Skakuf time, I know the rightful people. I used to come live, only 5 people will watch me for 2 hours. To have real people. And fake people, we went there flip-flop like moving like you understand. Some people were like you understand this thing where I talk. Ogini. Piam everywhere. So may we understand though. Now truth, only truth, and nothing but truth. That's why we read the Bible here, chapter 2 of the Exodus. You see only the truth. Moses was acting only with truth and helping people and being generous and kind and standing up to fight for people. He was like an activist. And then you allow your thieves, your pastors to see money. Today you are crying, my children, and then you see give the draft money. Well, we are more than that. We want to thank the committers. 1st October will be what you will see. And so I want to thank each and everyone that you have done. You are great. I think that majority of the committers have done their job for 1st October. It is left to us now, those people in the leadership, to make sure that everything is distributed. I want to take this opportunity to thank OGC, Wali on the Move, for the wonderful distribution. God bless you. You are the mother of the soldiers. And they all mentioned. It's so great. Imagine Bambui, Fako, all of them. I received calls yesterday, a lot of calls, and all of them are telling me how goodness, how everything is. You have some schools that are asking for some kind of support too. And when I tend to ask them, oh, didn't you people? And they say, oh, yeah, no, they sent. So I want to thank Wali for the great job also. I want to thank each and everyone that are doing their job. And when somebody do good, you have to appreciate, so that when they do bad, you talk, you have the right to say it. So this is great job that way, great job. Like I've said again, I am in contact with mostly all the big generals and everyone on the grounds. How many mobile numbers you think are in this mobile phone? We're in contact. They come to tell us as it is. And so this is good for us. Sometimes when situation happen among them, we resolve it very fast and swift. We don't allow it fire to happen before we start to talk about the media and crying and showing tears. No. Like now, in the situation in Bui, I am solving some situation now currently going on around Drakwa area. In Banyam, in Noi area. I have asked those forces in Banyam, in Noi area to free Yangja. Free him, please, immediately. Very fast, and you will live longer. Very fast and swift, you will live longer. Remember, I'm from there. Don't catch him. He's not a threat to you. You should be catching, but go on the street in Wainama area and wait for La Republic to come and you catch. Do not be in the village like in Noi area and catch under your own people. I told you, we work together, remember? So please release him immediately. Independence Day is coming. All of them need to participate. They are one of the soldiers that are counted to participate for the Independence Day to make our nation great. Then why will you be keeping him again? It doesn't make sense. Free him very well. I have talked as the Amba Dangute. You know, when Dangute talks, he will start to move money to work. So Dangute has used his office to say, free him. He's not a threat to you. I take responsibility if he's a threat to you because I know he's not. So Dangute don't talk. You know, say in the area, the only rich man that has spoken is me. So there's no one again. You will know for a fact. Your children are under my organization, taking care of them for their education before. And how you go again and catch somebody. I am telling you, me, the one that own the charity organization that take care of our orphans, I'm telling you that he is fighting for those orphans, and some of them are from your family. So free him, please, with immediate effect. I would also be sending a communique about that. I will send them a communique about that. And let me try again to reach out to them too, so they can free them. That's how we do behind the scenes. There's a lot of things that are going up. So when you stand in military or traditional prison and some of us ask questions, know that we are asking because we are 24/7 on the ground. I think everyone know that one. So let us go to we're coming back.
Say my way never see today go see. We don't get no bad, we don't get no bad, we don't get no bad.
There you can see a blend between tradition and Christianity, religion and tradition, culture and religion, culture and Christianity. You can see a blend between the two. See the priest dancing. You see the ceremony of the inauguration of the new chief of Guacan Palace. By the way, that's the new chief of the new phone of Guacan Palace in Bui. And so that's good. That's good that we understand that too. So one thing that I wanted to remind everyone today too was what is that video? There's a video that I wanted everyone to know. Well, I haven't seen that video. Either ways, we are rounding up as we said. I want to thank you all and show you the statistics for the first video in Liberation TV. The first video has scored 2,659 people. This is the first video in the TV, and 37 shares, 36 comments, and 12 reactions. So this is the statistics for today. By tomorrow, we would have had all the statistics. And so everyone is called upon to follow Liberation TV. Liberation TV. When you go to Liberation TV, you will know that that is us right there. We are also going to be on YouTube. Our YouTube channel will also be changed to Liberation TV, and so in that case, we shall be complete. So in YouTube, we will change it to Liberation TV, and then also we have now a Facebook page that is Liberation TV. Vela Franklin Official. We always talk about the struggle too, but we always talk and blend it with my life. You understand? That's Vela Franklin Official. You know that page has existed more than 8 years to 9 years. That Vela Franklin's official page has existed. You have to know that. And so those things, we use it to the struggle benefit from those things, which we don't have any problem about it, right? And so do not feel like you know, when we put things in those platforms, it's because the struggle is already part and parcel of our life. But however, if you want to hear only about the struggle, come to Liberation TV, and we will going to change. In YouTube, it's always about Liberation. It's always Liberation TV in YouTube channel. So I will change it from CEO Vela to Liberation TV, so we can always put it that way. So whether you are in YouTube or you are in Facebook, you are typing Liberation TV, you are having Liberation TV channel. I hope that point is clear. So I want to thank you all for your commitment, for your devotion. This is what our channel did today. Let us open it, and so people can see that. We have 38 shares actually, and we have 2,659 viewers. So I want you to see that. Can you see that? That's the first video that we have recorded in Liberation TV. So don't get tired. Keep it going. Look, we are La Republica. Know now that there's nothing they can do to us. Once you are doing the rightful thing in the struggle, when the people cannot find you, wherever they will find you to wherever you are. It's like Tapang Iowa. Whatever happened, people will find him there. And so one thing too I want Amazonian people to know is this. Look, as much as when somebody do something that is wrong or mistake, we all come and we are like, nah, don't do this. But we have to know too that we have to talk to with some respect, because the crime of all the ambas that are making mistakes is that they have denied Paul Biya, denied La Republique, and even though they are not saints, they say they better be making mistakes as Amazonians rather than La Republique being correct as La Republique. So I call all the vanguards and Mandelas to always know that for whatever happened, you know, we don't take it personal, but we must continue to move forward. We must caution leaders, but we must continue to move forward. Don't take it personal, please, because the mistake, when they do mistake and make mistake, is part of humans, that mistake must be made. But when they acknowledge, it's okay. The worst is when they make mistake and don't acknowledge, right? And even when they don't acknowledge, the rationale is that they are making mistakes. Yes, the worst thing they could have done was being correct as a Cameroonian, not making mistakes as an Amazonian. It's better to make mistake as an Amazonian than to be very holy and correct as a Cameroonian. Think about this. This one not for today. We make all when they here when they take a home. What am I saying? It's better to make a mistake as an Amazonian than to be correct as a La Republican, a La Republique citizen. You would have done editorial when I praise that law, but when I share for last time, please. It's better to make a mistake as an Amazonian than to be correct as a French Cameroonian. I hope that story for today don't go for all my head. So whenever any Amba person make mistake, and that person a legitimate Amba, or no say no be infiltrator, as much as we are cautioning that person for correction or for never make such a mistake, we must also have a rationale that those people too must be encouraged for the great work that they do, for the great and the good things that they have done. First, to be an Ambazonian is something you can't pay somebody to be. It's from the heart. And so we must appreciate that. And so the worst thing a human being will do is to be a French Cameroonian that support the impunity and the genocide to Ambazonian people. And so for anyone who accepts to be an Ambazonian, even though they didn't go to school to become an Ambazonian and make mistakes, we must always understand that we should also appreciate them when they do the goodness, not only when they are bad. I hope the point is clear here to everyone. Don't beat your own and put it outside for La Republic to harvest like Nambere. You know the pigs beat Nambere, put outside, and La Republic harvested. And so do not beat your own and put outside. You know, put it within the house. Except it escalates. When it escalates and we need a report card, then we will make a report card and put it out in public. And there's nothing now can happen because we have determined that they need to be shamed in the public so they can change. Somebody might make a mistake trying to say something against La Republic. It's okay. But when you make a mistake by trying to obstruct power, this one is different. So making a mistake by trying to call anything to La Republic, forget about that's foreign news. But when you make a mistake by trying to impeach leadership or block leadership, that one is a serious case. I hope that we are taking care of it. Sorry, my eyes are closed because of the light. When the lights come to my eyes like this, you know, these eyes are very virgin, you understand? These eyes are very, you understand? So that's happened. So I want to thank you people so much. Thank you for coming. God bless you. Have a wonderful time and goodbye.
Every song with thoughts of God, the ancient words in heart, words of God, words of God.
Thank you.
Help us know in this world wherever we roam, ancient words will guide us home. Ancient words.
We pray for all the people that died. We pray for those who gave their life fighting to free Ambazonian people. We pray that as we live today, may the hearts of those who don't understand be filled with wisdom. We pray that may our lips, what come out of our lips, be very consoling to our people. That even when we make jokes, let our jokes be those ones that console our people and make them to forget the agony that is going on and see the ways to move ahead. May whatever we say also, in one way or the other, always push the people's aspiration in a positive direction. And Lord, we pray that may you take the negative energy out of us, take emotions that will stop us from going ahead, so that even when we are tired, we can crowd, we can be rolling on the floor, but we keep going. Lord, we also pray that we continue to watch over our leadership, watch over our vanguard, our heroes on the grounds, protect them, secure them, and defend them for our wonderful women and children, our refugees, our IDPs, and our brothers and sisters in the prison and jail. Oh Lord, we pray to us who are in exile that may you not allow the spirit of money, the evil spirit, to corrupt and bribe us from standing to fight for your people. Oh Lord, we pray that as we are rounding up for us to celebrate our national birthday, our 1st October, God, as it started from 1960, 11 February 1961, from 1st October 1961. From 1st October 1961, which was the first birthday that you gave us, Lord, we pray that you continue to guide and protect us so we may have it now in our sovereignty. We have it now in our hands. So every year our people can go out without fear to celebrate this day. We thank you so much, O Lord, for your gift, the fruit of understanding, wisdom. We thank you for all the spirit you have given to us despite the pain. We continue to put everything in your hands because you are the one that ordained the struggle. Oh Lord, we put this in your hands through your Son, Jesus Christ, who live and reign with us and living with you today, one God forever and ever. Thank you, and God bless you, and goodbye.